It's happening. Listen, before this episode starts, we just thought we'd make a little clip to let you know that anyone who doesn't know, we now have a Patreon. It is patreon.com/another one podcast. And there's like a few different tiers on there. And we can go and get where you can sign up to us. And it helps us make this podcast. Helps us make it, helps us pay for the podcast, helps us make it better, helps us improve and put more content out. We've got big plans for things we want to do, haven't we? Since
yes, we have. We've got big plans. We have got big plans.
Yes, Rob. Yes.
No, we have got big plans, and without anyone signing to the Patreon, this will die.
Yeah.
This will go away eventually, because if we can't make it work financially, we can't keep doing it, can we?
No, we can't just keep throwing fucking...
No, and we've got Aftermill to buy, and that fucking costs
We've got kids to pay for. Yeah. Listen, I'll be honest, if I can't provide, I'll leave.
Yeah.
So...
And we already know.
You don't want to make an orphan.
We already know how it's going, don't we? So we needed to be giving us something back.
Yeah, please.
Because we're bleeding here.
My kids are begging. My kids begging.
So sign up to the Patreon, patreon.com/another one podcast.
That's it. There's 3 different tiers, loads of different prices.
Pick one.
Help
sign
us.
Up. You won't even notice it going out your bank. It's a couple of quid.
Less than a Tesco meal deal. Or, well, maybe more than a Tesco meal deal.
You'd buy a starving man a meal deal, wouldn't you?
Yeah, well, I'm starving. That's what we are. Look at me.
Look at him. Do you think that? Do you think this?
Help.
Another one.
That's what I've got the microphone for.
Yeah, I know, but you know what I'm like. I like to know that everyone's getting picked up properly, innit?
You're coming through fine. I can hear you're whining.
What about me?
All right.
The Mac will know.
Daniel.
Good.
No problem.
He's the main one.
You want this?
Is the debutant?
You're a
you
bit
want
quiet.
this really close, don't you?
How's he?
Fine now, yeah.
Am I too quiet?
No, you're all right now.
There you go.
I'm
Just want you to be heard, Alan. That's it.
I'm quite
I think you need to be heard.
I like your podcast. Your socks.
Oh yeah.
That was a bit of a wrong one,
How did you
wasn't
mix
it?
up podcast and socks?
Yeah.
Because I was about to say, it's just your first time on our podcast.
Oh, right.
Do you ever wear a white sock?
Do
you ever wear a white sock?
Rarely, but it's been known.
Right.
You know, for playing tennis at the All England club.
Yeah.
I'm exclusively white sock.
Oh yeah. Even with a black shoe.
I very rarely wear a black shoe.
Right. Okay.
Even
White supremacist.
Yeah, pretty much.
With socks.
Yeah.
Just in case we clip that.
I'm in the Shoe Klux Klan.
Oh.
That's very good.
Fucking
Thanks,
that was
Alan,
quick.
thanks.
Yeah.
Straight out the block.
Yeah, it was, wasn't it?
Straight out.
We
the socks.
peaked.
Wrap it up now.
Yeah, now I'm exclusively. Although recently, still sports socks, but I've got a couple. I've got like a pink pair and a yellow pair, and I've got some purple ones. But they're like treats.
Gone from a moment ago, it was all white socks, and now it's the
And
several
what I meant was,
different colours.
what I meant was sports socks. Now,
Right.
I used to wear only thin black socks.
Would you
until-
ever wear a boot? Do you think there's ever going to be a time in your life where you're going to get a boot?
Yeah,
He's
football.
asking the guests whether they're going to dress like you at any point.
Well, I'm just saying.
I feel like you come in looking for support straight away.
What do you mean?
White socks are Tory socks, by the way, Alan. That's why he's asking you.
Right.
Because he gets a lot of stick on this podcast for wearing white socks.
Oh, really?
So
Does
the clips will go out and people will comment, he the state him in his white socks.
No, they don't really comment that often, do they? Do they?
Yeah.
Who
Yes.
said that?
Every
On what,
time
YouTube?
yeah.
YouTube or the talk?
On the talk or Instagram.
The top.
The top.
The top.
I just said that for the first time.
You
It's
call
so
it
long
I
to
went
say
with it.
TikTok. It's so onerous.
The sock talk.
Rob, your
TikTok.
feet, you look like you've got stigmata
I know.
on the top of your
It was
foot
big
there.
puff. My toenails are too long as well. They're just, Paul's with shit shoes, that's what it was.
Oh yeah, you've all been the wedding, haven't you?
Damaged
Wedding of the year.
Didn't
OK
wear,
magazine.
Didn't wear the shoes, did I?
Didn't you?
No.
I was there. I was
Air
in
Force Ones all the way.
dunks, yeah.
Did
some
you?
trainers, yeah.
Was he fuming?
No, I ran it by him.
Oh, did you? Yeah.
The shoes looked like baguettes.
I saw them. So they were like, so I've got a pair like that. Obviously, I
Yeah,
have.
they wear the kind of thing you wear.
Yeah.
Well,
I'm annoyed that you've all got that suit now. Has anybody got like a 34 with a 40, 42 or something?
You can have mine. I'm not going to fit into it next week, so
You have to give me a few months, I think.
get the old ones back.
Yeah.
Oh,
How was it then? Did you have a good time?
Yeah, it was lovely. It's a
sounds
lovely time.
lovely day.
Wholesome.
It was very wholesome. It wasn't like the stag at all.
Maybe I'm the problem.
Yeah, you are worried.
Was it good
Oh,
weather?
yeah, why didn't you go?
Late edition one, and then it's too much on.
That's rare though. That the stag invite, no wedding invite. That's
a classic for like a late.
It was all very.
Yeah, it wasn't.
So the stag invite came because we kept talking about it on the pod.
Oh, you begged it in.
No, he never.
I didn't beg it in. I got roped in.
He never. We were all on the pod talking about it every 5 minutes, and I felt a cunt. So I was like, "You gonna invite Wazzy?" And he was like, "Of course he can come. Like, not a problem." So I said, "You coming?" And he was like, "Oh yeah, sounds."
Yeah.
And then,
you wish you didn't unleash some demons there.
And then he still wasn't getting a wedding invite.
I'm sober now.
Got on famously with Jack and Ron, didn't he? Laurie's sibling and parent.
Nearly too famously, some would say.
So
anyway, we're not talking about that. It's about a wedding now, isn't it?
That's how he got invited to the wedding. He wasn't even invited by Paul to the wedding. It was Laurie's dad. Laurie's dad went back and went, "You need to invite Simon to the wedding, you all ass."
And anyway, so you had a good time. That's good. How have you been, Alan? You all right?
I've been all right.
Double denim as well.
Is this podcast mainly gossip?
Gossip and argument.
We'll get into the big stuff later.
Why did you bring topics you wanted to talk about?
No, not at all. We've done my socks. We're now going to do double denim.
Well, I want to wear double denim, but anyway, we'll carry on. This is sort of double denim, innit? I know, but have you got a denim jacket, haven't I? No. I was going to put the Ecru jeans on for you today, but I thought I'll save them for next week.
How you pronounce it? Ecru.
How would you pronounce it?
Ecru.
Ecru.
To accrue something, if you accrued some Ecru jeans, you'd have loads of them.
Yeah, but lead, innit?
Lead and lead.
Well, you've
lead and lead.
If you
you've led something.
If you've led something,
you never lead some. You lead. So
I'm just saying that you can also spell lead like that.
Is lead LED?
No,
it's LEAD.
Well,
depends which one you mean.
Well, that's what I mean. So if you led someone down the garden path,
LED,
right?
But if you lead someone down the garden path, then
LED.
Yeah. And then if you support the footy team, it's LED.
Yeah. That's what I tried to.
I mean, I didn't have much to chip in on the wedding chat, but I'm interested in spellings. Let's do that. And double denim.
That's your thing, isn't it? I think.
Don't know if it's my thing.
I think you're Britain's foremost double denim comic.
I think there's a few men of a certain age on.
I think I associate it with you though.
That rock it. I think
I associate it with you though. Your top answer: Family Fortunes.
A double turnover as well.
Yeah.
Intentional double turnover.
What can I tell you? I'm earning. I buy excess cotton. That's what I do. That's my drug of choice with all my filthy lucre. Is too much denim.
I remember once you were at a gig and I don't know whether you do it all the time, but it made me laugh loads. You just went, "Oh, I've had a good week. I bought some fresh pasta."
I mean, just as a general policy, if I spend any money, I like to pretend that it's a sort of a flourish, just whatever it is. Yeah, I've been bickering slightly with my wife this week because, not real bickering, but I get a sort of an alpha male pleasure out of doing the food shopping, like sort of providing for the family. Like
right, you've been hunting,
and I love the sort of bringing it home, but I hate the unpacking of it.
Right,
and so I kind of try and encourage my wife and children to do the unpacking of the food shop. And I'd been to Aldi or Lidl. I'm earning. Again, we've had a good week. And
Heron Foods can wait.
She pulled out this massive bag of apples that I'd bought, and she went, "That's a really big bag of apples." And I went, "Yeah, well, that's what was for sale, a big bag of apples." And she said, "These are her exact words now." And as I say, it's a happy relationship. She said, "We're never really low on apples."
That's such a weird... Like, you'll never hear that ever again.
And I went, "What, have we got a fucking apple tree that I'm unaware of or something?" Like, They don't go off.
Depends on the apple.
No, but they go off at a slower rate. No, they do, but they don't. They go off at a slower rate to the rest of the fruit bowl. So the apples in the fruit bowls, like that old cunt in Shawshank that's been there all the time and seen people cut. He's seen the plums come. He's seen the plums go. And then the apples are the one constant for about a month.
How long will an apple stay hard?
Depends on the apple, if it's hard or not as well. You don't know your apples.
What's your
apple? What's your favourite apple?
Do you not know your apples, lad?
Don't know my apples from my pears.
Yeah.
No.
What's your favourite apple?
I haven't got a favourite apple. A Granny Smith, a green apple.
A Granny Smith is a
hard green apple, but I can't eat the
Oh,
skin.
really?
Yeah.
I think the Granny Smith is like the entry level apple. I think it's I think it shows an immaturity.
I like an apple that bites back.
I think a crab apple you want then. A horse apple.
My wife used to put Granny Smith apples in the fridge, and honestly, we had to have a sit down about it.
What's wrong with that?
Because they're already hard enough to bite.
Right.
When you put them in the fridge, they start cutting your gums.
I don't want an apple.
I don't want to bleed out. You know what I mean?
I have to floss after.
Yeah. So we had to have a sit down.
Skin.
It's that and tomato sauce. Because like, there's some things where, like, you know, when you want something to change, but you think I don't have a direct argument about this.
Right.
So I'll just make passive aggressive jokes about it all the time.
Yeah.
So I'll be like, oh, this apple's biting me back.
That's what they used to do in their house growing up. It's got to change in this.
Cutting me gums and all that.
I don't care if your mum and dad put the tomato sauce in the fridge. You don't do it in this house.
She kept ignoring me. So in the end, I had to sit down and go, right, tomato sauce gets out that fridge from today because I'm sick of having cold bacon butties and I don't want to dip a chip in cold tomato sauce. So that gets gone. And the apples are gone as well. And I said, this isn't a discussion.
Right.
This is what I had to lay the law down.
This is not a discussion. That's what you said.
I can't eat the skin on an apple. I like apples. I just can't do it. Every time I have a bite, I'll eat the whole thing, and for some reason I don't know what I do, like a magic trick. The skin is left in my mouth. I can't swallow it.
That's weird.
I can't swallow it.
Like a second set of teeth.
I don't know what's going on.
Like snakes have got them ones at the back.
I just can't.
They're your
finish.
apple skin teeth.
I can't get the skin down.
So what you do? You just bite into it, then eat them,
don't eat
and
them,
then push it to
or
the
I'll
side.
have to peel it. But I haven't had a bit of fruit for ages.
Right.
When I was a kid, like the biggest flex, like I used to love doing it, was eating an apple with. My nan had these like little fruit knives.
Oh,
Yeah.
Eating an apple with a knife,
Nice.
feeling like
Just
some
standing
sort
there
of
like that.
fucking
Put it away from you.
troubadour
Away
from
from
like
you
the
as well.
18th
Yeah.
century. Just like, yeah.
Always cut away. I used to
Golden
like that.
Delicious is my
Always cut
favourite.
away.
Oh.
Is that a health and safety rule?
Yeah, you always cut away from you. You don't want to cut yourself, do you?
Yeah.
Slice right through the apple into your stomach.
It's not a way to go. That.
No.
How did Rob go? Disemboweled himself with a fruit knife. Fucking hell.
He was flexing to the other 12-year-old to cut himself. Yeah, I used to. I was like, you know, you're saying you don't eat skin. I eat the core, me.
Oh yeah.
What?
I'm like,
Oh,
You
What
don't
are
know
you?
about this?
A pony?
I'm a core man.
Some people
You're
are
not.
like that.
That's all I've got. All I've got's core.
I
Core,
used
no
to-
cardio. That's what I am.
I used to do some jokes about people that eat the core of an apple when the first time you ever saw it when you were a kid. If you didn't eat core and then you saw somebody else eat
core.
if you didn't eat
sounded
the
like,
core,
oh, I don't do this all the time.
like if you've never seen it or heard, like if nobody in your family did it, and then another kid ate the core, it was like, what's going on? What are you going to eat next?
It's because
like the
you
clock?
shouldn't eat the core.
Your shoe? Well, apparently
It's
everything
that
that I
alien,
think is...
though. That's how alien eating the core is.
what?
You may as well eat a shoe.
Yeah.
It's that nuts.
Like
it's
a
like you may as well get a bag of chips and just eat them through the paper.
Yeah.
It's fucking
Oh,
mad.
that's a good idea, that. Edible paper.
Oh, yeah, that'd be
Oh,
good.
why don't they
like
do
sugar
that?
paper
Yeah.
that you get on
Yeah.
cakes.
Rice paper, is it called? Is that what it's
It's
called?
like one of them. What was it? Heston Blumenthal sort of thing. You'd do that. You'd be like,
Yeah.
I'd set it on fire.
When did you eat the core? What?
I think around 11 or 12. I think I just couldn't be asked going in the bin anymore.
Yeah.
so you were the bin.
journey.
Yeah, so
You're
it was
like, fuck it, I'm the bin. now.
Fuck it, I can't be asked hanging around to this apple core or go in the bin or having some rotten sort of fruits
So you're
in my
still
bedroom.
going to bite this?
So I just start fucking just gonna eat it. It's edible, it's an apple. I'm just going to eat
Yeah.
it.
You're like them guys on like record breaker shows that eat glass. That's how you. Well, I had an iron brew and I just couldn't be asked go in the bin.
Yeah. Well, that's how I got into red wine. Red wine, because someone told me to have it room temperature. I was like, so I don't have to go, I can just put it next to me. And then I just started drinking red wine like that.
Fucking hell,
It wasn't
that's
like,
mad.
didn't develop a taste for red wine. I was like, so I can have the bottle next to me and not have to keep going back in the kitchen. And then it's like,
What do you want to drink? What's the most convenient?
yeah.
Yeah, that's the beauty of red wine is the fact that there is that you can bring the bottle with you.
And
ambiance.
If you get into proper
Yeah,
whiskey,
and I like the setting of it
Yeah.
as well.
if you get into whiskey, you can do that with whiskey as well.
All those hats with 2 beers on the side and a straw.
The beer goes too warm.
Why don't you just get
Go
a
for
big
relay.
straw to the fridge and just sit?
Because there's a lot of sucking
One of
involved
those,
in
one of
that.
those
Yeah.
pipes that people steal fuel with.
Yeah. Siphon.
Always
wine.
got to be lower than the fridge.
Get
Like
us
that
a
lying down.
get us a bottle of white wine. I can siphon.
Because then, as well, the wine coolers never keep your wine cool enough.
I remember once I in a terrible decision, I bought a fridge off someone for my bedroom when I was about 20.
Oh, yeah. That's the thing you do every now and then.
Yeah.
You dream of a fridge in your room.
But it was a fucking...
and a water dispenser.
Yeah. Just so I can chat about yesterday's telly in my bedroom.
Simpsons water dispenser. Oh, yeah. I won't need to leave the bedroom now.
But it was a wine cooler. It wasn't a fridge.
Oh.
So it didn't really get that cold. It was fucking pointless. I was fuming.
That will be
I'll give it away. And it was loud.
Oh, I hate that. I've unplugged a few fridges in hotel rooms, when they're just like that low-level hum.
It's horrible.
Right.
I've just
The one in that hotel I had at the weekend didn't, like, there was water in it, room temp water, lukewarm, terrible.
Yeah.
And the fridge was on, it was humming, just doing no work.
Yeah.
It was all mouth, no action.
Right. We've all been
there. How have you worked out today, Alan? I follow you on Instagram. Do you know that?
Yeah, I know you follow me on Instagram. Do I not follow you?
Probably not. No.
Oh, sorry.
It's okay. I quite like.
I don't really
being a voyeur on your life.
I'm not great on them because I'm not really a social media person.
No.
And I think that's very clear from my feed. But
it is just, what shit can I put on here today?
Yeah.
Like, what's the kind of thing that would be acceptable?
Just a photo of a kettlebell somewhere else from the house.
Yeah. That's the sort
covered
of
in chalk.
Yeah, I've done a little kettlebell session earlier.
How often do you do it then? Every day?
No.
You need to let rest and recover.
Yeah, I've just finished a 3 days a week program that I was on for ages, but now I'm doing slightly more. But it's only a one bell program.
Was this all started because of the lockdown when you had time, or were you doing it before?
No,
Cochrane been doing Turkish get-ups for ages,
I've been interested in them for years. Yeah. I had a bad back. I can't even remember what year, but one of the things that fixed it was
about 2012, I think.
Was it?
Yeah, Cochrane with
such good
scroll back on your Instagram.
Foam roller in the green room, Cochrane.
Oh yeah,
that was about 2012.
Wow, such good attention to detail.
There you go.
Danny's a big fan. He was an early Alun Cochrane.
Yeah, he's beating me now, isn't he?
So.
I can only go back to 2020. He's got 8 years on me.
Yeah.
You got me onto those balls that you roll. Not a foam roller. It's like a crystal ball.
Oh, like a steel ball
with
inside a plastic handle. I lost my one of them.
I've got a spare one. I'll sort you out.
Oh, wicked!
It's not steel anymore though. They've been replaced with like hard glass.
Oh, I think you can still. I think when I had the steel one, there was a choice of steel or the hard plastic, and I chose the steel for obviously a bit of extra self-defense.
Because you didn't want to take it on holiday.
If there's ever a road rage incident, I can thump into something. That's just made up. I would never do that.
So you had your bad back.
I had my bad back, and then
and doing the Turkish
get-ups. We are going to talk about this stuff.
Yeah, no, this is what I'm interested in, Alan.
Right. I had the bad back.
That's why you're here.
And
I was in your bad back,
I
and
learned
kettlebells.
to hip hinge, and I strengthened my core and my. I learned to hip hinge, and I strengthened my core and my glute medius. So when you bend over,
you're steady on.
A lot of people bend like this from their upper back. And what they should be doing is moving their hips backwards and their upper body downwards.
Right.
So if you think of an angle poised lamp, that's a good way of cueing the hip hinge. I'll teach you all to hip hinge after this. That would work, yeah.
Yeah, I was going to say that.
So like that.
So your hips go back, your upper body goes down and back up, and that helped a great deal. Now I'm a fine figure of a man that you see before you in Too Much Denim.
My left hamstring's done. I think it's short. I think it's like 2 inches short.
Oh yeah, that happens
because of driving.
It is partly driving, partly life.
When I drove to Devon on the weekend, I had to stop, not for a piss or a can of Coke or something, to stretch my left. No, just my left hammy though.
Yeah. There's some of the people that I follow on Instagram. They talk about movement snacks, so you stop and do some moving, and then you carry on with your day.
Movement snacks.
Yeah.
Who does movement snacks?
I mean, the really square people that are really into training and movement.
Movement
that I follow
snacks.
on Insta.
These are the people he follows instead of you, Simon.
I need to see who he's following there for movement
I'll
snacks.
start following you, and then I'll send you some movement snacks.
Right, okay.
That's probably what the fun-loving criminals are singing about now. Now that they're in their 60s or whatever.
Doing goblet squats. Here come the movement snacks.
Oh, that was a good joke for certain people.
Yeah.
I didn't get the reference. I'm sorry.
They did a song called Scooby Snacks, was about like drugs, but that was like in their 30s or whatever. But now they're older, they'll probably do a song about movement snacks.
Even then, in their 30s, you'd argue they should have perhaps toned down and gone on to the,
movements. They're like preventative,
like golf or whatever.
Yoga.
Mm-hmm.
Do you do
yoga?
No, not really. I have done, but
I'm a yoga type.
Yeah. I know what that means. You just got me a wanker, but in different words, didn't you?
Yeah.
I think you'd be a stretcher.
No, I'm not.
You are?
I'm not much of one.
I thought you were.
Oh, well, I'm always stretching, but I'm not a person who has like a stretch
routine.
No.
Right, okay.
I reckon you get up in the morning and do 20 minutes of stretching.
I wish.
But refuse to call it yoga.
I wish.
Just be like, that's the thing. Everyone should get in the morning and stretch a little bit, that's all.
Do you know what I've done?
Can't goes to the park and hangs.
I will recommend.
It's really good for your shoulders.
I will recommend a thing that I do instead of that, and that is I sit on the floor when watching telly or when checking emails or reading. And so I don't really,
How'd you sit?
I don't feel I need to. I'll either squat or I'll sit cross-legged. Sometimes I'll sit with both feet out straight like that. Sometimes I sit in a 90-90 stretch. Do you know that?
Right. No. So you're not sitting up against the couch or anything. You're full on free sit. Oh, you are got your back rested against the couch.
Sometimes, and sometimes
Sometimes you'll go freestanding.
Yeah.
Free sitting.
Well, just sat like with your back against the couch and your legs.
Yeah.
Like a child in a war poster.
Yeah.
When you say sometimes, how often?
Quite often. Like I sit on the floor.
I do it, but I reckon I do it for very different reasons.
Right.
Why are you sitting on the floor?
Because I'm hot.
Because you're hot?
And it's cooler, lower down you go.
Jesus.
So sometimes I get off the couch and sit down because it's a couple of feet cooler. You might lose degrees or so.
Like when there's a fire.
Fucking hell.
Yeah.
Is your house on fire?
Low.
Just constantly on. When there's a fire in my loins.
Right, okay.
Yeah.
So sometimes I'll just like top off, just be like, right, I need to get off the couch as well now.
You've got you've not got a carpeted living room, have you?
No.
Right, so you can get the coolness of the blast and the laminate or the Cardine. Yeah, no, I've never got off the couch to cool down.
How often do you have to turn your pillows over in bed?
Oh, that's constant, isn't it?
Yeah, every half an hour.
Yeah, like a pancake.
That's to wring them out every hour.
Just flip them every 30 seconds.
My pillows are constant. I've got a weird, I don't know, I must move so much we sleep. My pillows, I end up always, doesn't matter what bed I buy, I pull the mattress away from the headboard in my sleep and then one pillow falls down the back of the mattress.
Yeah. Jesus.
So I'm constantly fighting that back up and then...
Sounds stressful.
Yeah, it does.
You must wake up stressed.
You know what's great? You know when you wake up and the covers haven't moved.
I have about 8 pillows though.
That is one of the best. I think that's one of the best things that can happen to you. If you're that tired and you go to bed and you wake up and the covers just you've been that still. Yeah, you've been that still and you go, I feel.
Yeah.
No. It can happen occasionally when you wake up and you go, I've been that tired, I've been that exhausted, I haven't moved the cover. And that's like a good quality sleep.
You sound like me when I first had a ghosty of a poo. Just like texting people going, hey.
Yeah.
Whether the shite there was nothing on the toilet paper.
Have you ever got up in the middle of the night and your legs didn't work and you just fell over? I did that once, right? And I was in a hotel. I'd just done a gig and I was asleep and I got up to go for a piss and just my legs were like, nah. And I just fell on the floor. And I literally thought that I had like a brain tumor for 4 months. Like I was like, oh, I'm definitely.
You do have a little panic, you don't you?
Yeah. And that was like one of the things.
I think anyone would panic if they got out of bed and they collapsed because their legs didn't work.
You just think your legs were dead.
No, wouldn't that be like shit?
Your legs never just go dead.
Actually, my arm went dead once and that was terrifying.
Yeah.
I've never actually had a dead arm.
My legs go dead when it's in the toilet too long.
Yeah, so do mine.
Yeah, you can get dead, but the first dead arm I ever had was terrifying. I thought it was just like a stroke or something. That is one of the scariest.
My legs were asleep still.
How are you sleeping for them to go like that?
That's the thing, just normal. I don't know. I think they were just asleep and I got up quick. They were like, nah, bro.
Yeah, that's that.
Like Muhammad Ali, up so fast before his legs broke off.
Exactly. You're talking to a man though in 1989 thought he had AIDS at 6.
Yeah.
Because it was all over the telly, and I fell off my bike and cut myself, and all my mates were like, that's AIDS.
You still got that? You still living with that? Like, there's cancer growing in me right now.
It's not as bad because I don't. Obviously, I still worry about dying, but dying at 38 of something that people who are 38 sometimes get isn't as terrifying as dying at 25 from something that 50-year-old people get. So I was always.
Or at 6 from AIDS.
Well, yeah. So, I was terrified because it was big, wasn't it?
It was.
89. All the celebrity, they had celebrity endorsements. Freddie had it and that.
Yeah.
And it was everywhere. Do you remember that advert with the fucking rock AIDS?
Don't die of ignorance.
Yeah. No, it was a thing, and I was like,
I believe that. Because my cousin got his ear bitten off by somebody. And one of the big things was it might be AIDS. For they had to wait for weeks for that test to come back, and they was like terrified because it was in the peak bit of the
right.
I remember I heard like people, because I used to go to the pub with my dad when I was young, and they were chatting about how you shouldn't punch smackheads in the mouth.
I said that about dirty people because you want your security guard to be so horrible looking. You don't even want your fist to touch their face. You're going like, I don't even want to hit him. Like, it's just like, ugh.
Don't punch smackheads in the mouth. Slap them. This is what these men in the pub say. Slap them out, because if you punch them and
put your hand in your sleeve.
The thing actually was you get AIDS off them smackheads. And I remember it dead vividly. It was in the Vic in Chester, and it was 2 people around a pool table, and that's what they were chatting about.
Well, they could if you got an open wound on your fist.
I used to work in the pub when I was
you've been working a long, hard day on the building site, your skin's cracked, punch a smackhead, he gets his teeth stuck in you.
I mean, maybe violence on smackheads isn't the answer. Perhaps.
Oh, no, I don't think people are...
come on, Alan, come on. Sometimes they need a slap on the bus.
It's how you live the privileged middle-class life, You haven't lived around smackheads. Never had your fare dodged by a smackhead. Need to fucking slap.
Oh, yeah.
Need to eat a few apple cores.
Yeah.
Has that happened a lot?
No, but the last person to do a runner was a smackhead.
You're just like, don't do a runner. You don't want anyone to do it. There's taxi drivers.
I just give up on it.
Yeah, exactly. You just run right. It'll be like that scene from Monty Python, like Life of Brian, when the gladiator, he just runs around till he has an heart attack.
Old John Cleese. We spoke about him, didn't we? He's a naughty boy now, isn't he? You've seen he's doing that Polanski film.
Oh, is he?
Oh, yeah.
Is he?
Yeah.
Cochrane's not
I know, yeah.
No, I'm interested. I didn't know.
That's what I mean. I'd try to get that. What do you think about that? Would you ever work for Polanski?
I don't think so.
No? Shithouse.
Although that said, my inbox isn't exactly overflowing with work, so maybe...
Well, after this podcast...
If he catches me at the right time, I might be like, it's a quiet weekend, actually, Rob.
A few more HRs cancel corporates, they'll be you'll be ringing fucking R. Kelly.
You had some corporates cancelled on you?
No,
it's just like what was happening in COVID, wasn't it?
No, I know, but I know your stance on COVID. It wasn't real.
Whose?
Yours.
Mine? No, that's not my stance on COVID.
What is it? Has it changed?
No, I always thought it was real.
Right.
Yeah.
I just don't think lockdowns are effective. And I think, that's obvious, isn't it?
You got a great bit about cable tie in the swings.
Oh,
makes
the
me laugh.
Swings infuriates. The damage to children. Don't get me started.
Go on, no, let's get you started. Go on, what about the swings?
Try not to talk about it.
You'll have to put one of them warnings on this pod.
Trigger warning.
Yeah, it's going to end up with one of those
misinformation warnings on the bottom.
Yeah, try not to talk about it.
Where did they tie up swings?
They did it near me.
Took them down. They didn't tie up, they took them down.
No, well, near me, they couldn't be asked taking them down.
So they just tie wrapped them.
They cable tied them together so you couldn't go on them.
Honestly.
And cable tied them to the side and stuff. But it was ideal because it's better for volleys and heads.
Yeah.
Makes it
a goalie, yeah.
We used to toss the swings. They've stopped all that now.
Because they've got the bars, haven't they now?
So you can't toss them.
Yeah, I know, yeah.
Because some kid apparently
bars.
Some kid got it in the head and his head fell off or something.
To be honest with you,
that's what normally happens, isn't it?
Parks, to me, I hate. They're so dangerous. I can't stand them. Them roundabouts they give me so much anxiety when you see load of 4 or 5 year olds. The speed of that roundabout and that thick metal bar, and I'm just like, one of these kids is going to get it right in the mouth here. I can't watch.
You sound like my wife, and I just it's good.
Well, yeah, because
when they get it in the grid, that kid's learned
they're dead. They're not surviving.
A life lesson.
Yeah, but it's 250 quid off You've Been Framed, isn't it?
Yeah.
But they mustn't have. This is the thing.
Yeah, because as soon as anything like that happens, they stop it.
Yeah, because as soon as someone smashed his head on the concrete, they put foam down or bark. But they because they haven't done that.
How the fuck that gets avoided is beyond me. Like, kids are literally on the roundabouts now that they're not raised, they're just built in. So now you could just accidentally walk on it and you go woof like that. I'm sweating now thinking about it. I really am. Because when Lucy will be going, I'll be like, no, she can't.
No, I throw my little boy in everything. Me and my wife argue about it constantly because I'm like that. Go and try and kill yourself. You go and hurt yourself, and then you'll learn.
You got life insurance.
On him,
yeah,
he's not.
He's had it since he was 10.
Me and Ed have got it. Like he hasn't got it.
You got
it.
You got it.
Yeah, we got it. I got it. Yeah.
No, can you get it for your kids?
No, it's got to be financial. You can get it for anyone.
No, you get it for you, don't you? For them,
anyone.
You know,
you make who you financially sort of get money.
No, but
from.
I've just thought, like, I wonder if
your kid was a TV star, you could. So your kid's Macaulay Culkin, you could get life insurance.
If my kid was Macaulay Culkin, he'd be 2 years older than me.
Yeah, but you know what I was trying to say.
What if he was the new Oliver?
Yeah.
Why can kid stars get it but kids can't?
Because kids generally don't earn unless you want to.
Right. Okay.
Unless you rely on that paperboy round
selling us to the Philippines.
But can you get insurance? And this is just.
I could get insurance on Wozniak now.
No, but can you get insurance on a kid like you could get insurance on like a dog?
What do you mean, like health insurance?
Yeah, like
right. Private healthcare then.
Yeah, they do that. Yeah. I don't know. I'm NHS.
I mean, they don't give you
but life insurance. What they're going to go like? Is your kid going to get? It's like it's supposed to can't get cancer.
There will be people doing that probably, and then fucking going up to their kids.
What about like emotional turmoil for you? So supposing your kid dies early of cancer, and you go, no, that would be distasteful, wouldn't it? Well, so you're going like, I'm in such distress.
I can never work again.
So you insure your kid at like 3, and then at 5 they get diagnosed, and then they're dead at 6 or 7.
Yeah.
And then all the distress that's going to cause where you can't function and you can't work anymore.
Yeah.
So if you sort of hedge your bets and go, I want to pay just in case I don't want to work once they pass.
You're going to have to definitely put a trigger warning on the end of the start.
Yeah, I'll be honest.
Took a turn from Apple calls.
No, that's not be like. So Alan, what other songs have you got?
Yeah.
No, but that's what I'm just saying. Like, that's just what I thought then.
That's not a bad thing.
Yeah, that's not me trying to be funny. There will be
someone who'll bet against you. That's all insurance is.
Mm-hmm.
Betting against.
That's what I mean. So if you go like, I reckon if I ever lost them, I couldn't function.
How much do you want?
Well, put a price on my own child's life.
Yeah. How much do you want? And I'll see if I want to bet against it.
All right then. Fucking hell, this is miserable. I've always said so. I say
$500,000, innit?
I want more than that. 15 mil.
Yeah, but then they go against your earnings though. So they'd be like, how much do you earn? And then they'd be like,
you couldn't afford the 15 mil insurance policy.
How long you got left?
All right, okay, I don't understand.
How old are you now? 30?
Yeah.
So what? 30 years left, 35.
And you then saw me on the stag do, mate.
Like 50 grand a year.
Yeah, but it's only until Lucy's 8 or 10, and then it's cashed.
Well, I ain't got no. I want it until she's 16.
Right.
So
17. You'd have fucked someone over by 17, so therefore sometimes
she's
you just
4 or 5 now.
Yeah.
15, mate. I can't.
You're not giving me it.
No, you haven't got the premium. You haven't got the money to back the premium.
His dad has.
Yeah, it's going to be hundreds of thousands a month. For the next 10 years or more.
Is that what you want?
If you wanted 15 mil, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh no, I'm not putting. That's just stupid.
I was hoping you'd say like 200 grand, and then I'd be like, right.
I clearly don't know how it works.
I'm currently paying £20 a month for I think a 350 grand payout.
Is that what you're worth?
If CAF
you're
goes.
worth 350.
No, this is CAF goes.
Oh right, okay. What are you worth?
And then I think
less.
I think I pay hers and she pays mine.
That's like trying to insure an old van, isn't it? They'd be like,
just smoke pillow and
just write it off.
The little
part exit. We'll part exit for a new one.
Sell it for scrap. There must be something on it that still works. Fucking hell.
I'm just the same as you, but I've been buffed up. They just gone like, just don't drive it yet.
Oh, you're
10 miles down the road, that thing's gonna go out straight
your
away.
exterior's fine, but the engine's...
Yeah, you're one of them TikToks.
The lights are coming on and
One of them
everything.
TikToks where they bought the old van, turned into a motorhome, and everyone thinks it looks incredible.
Yeah,
then we
yeah,
actually
yeah,
try and
yeah,
take it on the
yeah,
road
yeah,
anyway.
Well, that's what happened on Pimp My Ride, isn't it? That's what they used to do.
Is that what happened?
Yeah, they used to just make it, put a fish tank in it and that, and then they'd all break down like that and fix inside of it.
It's the grubbier side of television.
I often worry about... well, it was because Westwood was the presenter.
That's the UK one.
Yeah.
Exhibit, the original, innit?
Yeah, I worry about, or not worry, I often think about how healthy my organs are.
Do you?
Yeah, because there was that show that was great years ago where they used to like, they like do an MOT and they'd, so you'd be 26 and they'd be like, well, your organs are actually 38.
Oh, right, yeah.
And I wonder what...
Yeah.
Tofi, thin outside, fat inside. That's a thing.
It's a real thing, that, yeah.
That's what dead fat people always say.
Yeah.
When you're like, oh, you know, that's not healthy, they'll be like, what? I can be...
When you get them skinny smackhead types that are just eating Mars bars and drinking Red Bull and shit.
Some cunt dies with a heart attack at 32 and you're like, yeah, it's one of them Tofi ones, wasn't it?
Yeah. But
fat organs, mate, fat organs. Not like me. When I play footy 3 times a week, I'm sound, mate. So just say to myself.
When you die in your sleep at 39.
Underneath me, 8 pillows, one of them on the
Because your pillows have fell down the fucking side of the bed.
Suffocated yourself. You didn't have the energy to lift the pillow off your face.
If only he'd managed to get to ground level, he could have cooled himself up.
He's cooked himself alive on the couch.
He's 6 foot high. He shouldn't have been like those people who die at Machu Picchu because of the altitude. Oh, he was on the top of the bunk bed. That's finished him off.
What held him down? There was 6 empty bottles of red wine just on top of him. Doesn't even like it.
So
kettlebells.
Yes.
So COVID's not real.
So COVID's not real, and you're like a Turkish
get
ghetto.
Put a warning on that, and I haven't said that. Like,
why? Why have you got to put a warning on it?
That.
It's comedy podcast. It's fine.
Oh, they don't. There's no context with the COVID warning.
That looks really sore.
It's fine. I'm fine.
Yeah, but it's like shiny.
Danny's just pointing at Rob's foot.
Yeah, Rob's got a shiny cut. You know the ones that it's like, if you touch that, it's sticky at the top.
Probably, yeah.
The plasma.
Sepsis.
That's why it's getting air out in there now. It's fine. Your health anxiety kicking off again.
You?
I'm fine. I don't worry about anything me. I'm sorry.
That might be AIDS.
Even if it was, I would be fine with it. This is what I've never understood about people. People who are scared to die. Like until I had a child, I genuinely could not give a fuck.
Yeah.
When I had a child, now I'm scared of leaving him. But I've never been scared of dying.
Are you the one that looks at like the upshot in everything though?
Probably. Like,
so you'd be like, oh, I've got AIDS, and then you're like, oh, I'll probably lose a few stone.
Yeah. Have a couple of months.
Yeah.
Once I lose that 5 stone, I'll be fire for about a month. No one will shag me because I've got AIDS, but I'll be fire for about a month. Get a couple of headshots for the funeral.
Holland work on the phone. Have AIDS in a cornfield.
What's this for? It's for Edinburgh. No, it's my funeral van, Andy. Just get round here now.
He'd still want credit on the pic. In the eulogy.
Yeah. If he texted anyone who puts anything on social media, I just like to make sure you credit Andy Wally. Do discounts for being dead. Yeah, I am like that. I just don't give a shit about that. When Peter Pan, when he says to die would be the greatest adventure, I've just always held that.
That's what like God people say though.
Is that not what this is? Oh, okay. I mean, I thought this was an intervention where we talked you into Christianity.
Oh, you could try.
Yeah.
You'd probably be good.
Are you a religious man?
No, I'm a non-religious man. I was just joking.
Oh.
Have you ever been religious?
No.
Raised?
Nope.
Atheist from the jump?
Yep.
Everything you're gonna change?
Maybe. Who knows? No.
Feels like a game of the yes or no game the way he's answering there.
No,
maybe. Who knows?
I might have an affair.
Yeah.
I'm a bit less strident about it than I used to be, but yeah, I think probably atheist for life, probably. But never say never, innit?
What about the next one?
Yeah, exactly.
Hey.
That's very good. Like that.
Thanks, Alan.
There's always the chance that I'll change my mind. I've changed my mind on lots of things.
I always think about religion.
Brie.
What did you not used to like brie?
Never used to like brie.
That's one thing. I think I've got more chance of thinking about heaven and hell than brie.
You don't like any cheese, do you?
She did Tesla fromage.
You're very fussy about the food, aren't you?
Yeah, you're a fussy.
You got really ratty when I said that I thought it was infantile to be fussy.
Yeah, and
about
he just went,
food.
just fucking eat it.
Yeah, it is.
Fucking grow up.
I really touched a nerve.
Yeah, why?
Look how wounded he
What?
looks.
Why though?
What do you mean?
What
why?
do you mean grow up? What?
Because there's loads of things you say you detest la fromage, but you're not after all, have you?
I've tried it though.
What have you tried?
What?
I didn't realise we were bilingual on this one.
You tried all the cheese.
I've tried enough cheese to know that I'm not fucking with cheese.
I'd love it if you all just
Also,
started speaking French
I've
fluently
missed
now.
out. I don't feel like I've needed cheese. I don't think my life's any worse
Right.
for not having cheese. Maybe at a wedding when all the burgers had cheese on.
Oh,
maybe
did
if
they?
I liked cheese then, I'd have had an
Yeah.
extra burger. But I don't need an extra burger, to be honest. Food, missing out on certain foods ain't going to enrich my life.
I think it will.
So what have I missed out on?
Not just cheese though, but all food because you're fussy eating all across the
Pleasure.
board.
Yeah, but
So do you not feel a bit like...
no, because it doesn't mean that if that you miss out on that pleasure, it means that pleasure's taken from somewhere else. It just means that...
No, but it means you'll never experience that pleasure.
Right.
But there's
that
plenty of pleasures you're not going to experience,
do you
isn't
know,
there?
yeah, but there's certain things which, I don't know, with food's an easy one.
But do you not understand that to me, that's not a pleasure?
But because you don't...
Anal sex.
Because you go into it narrow-minded.
No. I understand what you're trying to say. And there are those people that are like, oh, I'm not trying that.
Yeah.
I've tried it. I don't like it.
I understand both positions here because I used to find it annoying when I didn't like sushi, and I used to do jokes about this, that people would patronise me about sushi and people would go, oh, you've obviously not had good sushi.
Do you know what I fucking hate about sushi Nazis?
Yeah.
When they try and tell you, sushi's not even the fish, it's the rice. You're like, shut up.
Sashimi in it. But I used to say that
Nigiri.
the thing that annoyed me was that they were acting as though I was eating it like out of the sunny window with an orange sticker on the box from Superdrug or something. But I'd had good sushi, and I just didn't like it back then. But now I like it, so you just got
What
to keep
inspired
going.
the change, can I ask?
Just kept going. I
Kept going with it.
Unlike Danny, I plug away at an acquired
yeah.
taste.
I mean, and now do you feel like your life is better?
I feel like I'm a better person than someone that didn't conquer that. Yeah.
Right, because now you've got all that mercury in you.
Yeah.
That's what it'll be.
Also, I think it's partly a stinginess thing that if I can't eat cheese and then I'm at a wedding and there's cheeseburgers,
You're out.
I'm out. That's infuriating.
You've
to me.
lost.
I just had an extra chicken skewer.
Well,
Oh,
Not
that
on the
shouldn't be
menu.
an option.
Well, it was.
Shouldn't
Unlucky.
be.
No, you
Nah,
should have
don't.
had-
You shouldn't
Just had less.
you shouldn't have had the cheek to ask as well.
What do you mean?
Oh, sorry, I'm a child, so I can have another chicken skewer.
A child.
They should have said, here's a kid's menu. You can have
So-
something off that, put the other stuff back.
Like, obviously, I know the answer to this for varying reasons, but there's no food that you don't eat.
No food that I would never
Onion?
not eat. I don't like onion.
Oh, have you tried? You haven't had enough onion.
I have onion out all the time.
Oh, but you haven't
'Cause
tried it enough ways.
I have it every way because I put up with it.
Have you had the crispy onion?
Yeah.
You know, the
Yeah.
deep fried onion?
Yeah, I have done my
Oh.
sushi sometimes.
Oh, yeah. So
Yeah.
have you had a slightly fried on a low temperature with half a spoonful of sugar?
I don't have
Caramelised
onion because of the way it makes me smell.
right.
I don't
That's
like
why I
onion.
don't have onion.
So I
Same with
avoid it. But
garlic.
if it's in something, then I just have it.
Yeah.
Garlic
That's
mushrooms, lovely.
I just
Make
put
me
them.
smell. I'll tap out.
So what you're saying is, like, in life, if we don't like something, but it's there,
Keep going.
we just have to put up with it.
Keep doing
Yeah.
it, yeah.
Well, yeah, sometimes, yeah.
I'm genuinely
Sometimes
surprised.
there's enough pleasure in the things that are also there to go, oh, well, it's like, so there's a room full of people. Say there's a room full of 10 people that you like. One of them's a knobhead. Would you never go into that room?
But that's different
Why?
because you can't equate taste buds to the way that you are with people.
I think you can.
And you're calling me a child.
Tell me where they are.
what
now.
about
Just called a
eating
man
shit?
onion.
What?
What about eating shit?
Yeah, what if there's shit in something? We just be like, oh, I'll eat it anyway.
Who's shit?
If we all ate
Ooh,
shit,
shit,
enough,
wow.
we'd all like it. No, because you look at some delicacies in some countries where you go, that is fucking disgusting. I can't eat that. And that is a delicacy in
No
parts of the
delicacy I
world.
probably wouldn't try besides some cannibalism.
Go to some Peruvian village and eating a goat's bollock is like,
Yeah, that's how that.
Like, if you-
j'adore
like,
le
without-
bollock.
without trying to debase this podcast even more, like if there was soup and he went, "Oh, I've jizzed in all that soup," would you just eat the soup?
No.
Why? You might like it.
I'll have you know my jizz goes well with certain soups.
Not for me, thank you.
No, but like, you know what I'm trying to say, though?
No, I know what you're trying to say. What I'm trying to say is there's not hundreds of years of history and culture that's gone into that. That's gone into him jizzing in that soup.
Oh.
What?
Well, normally the reason them things are in is because of years of history and culture made them better.
You should eat turnips because there's 100 years of turnip culture.
Well, if you get
the fuck are you
if
on
you get
about?
a nice turnip soup, I'd have a turnip soup, whether I like turnips or not. I'd accept
Stop talking to you. That's turnip soup. You said turnip soup. You mean turnip soup?
Well, same thing. Don't try and win an argument with pedantic.
Pedantry, you mean?
That's childish.
Pedantry.
You mean pedantry, not
That's
pedantic.
childish. Oh.
Well, that got quite good.
No, right. Only because the way you reacted when fucking Freddie Quinn, sorry to go on about the stag do, brought Carlsbergs to the stag do.
That was fucking offensive.
Just
that's
drink
why.
it, fucking grow
No,
up.
because the reason he brought Carlsberg to the stag do is because he's a fucking minge. It's nothing to do with the taste. It's because they were £8 and he knew there's enough beer there from the pot and from other people drinking beer that no one would have to touch his Carlsberg. That was my problem with them.
Nah.
Nothing to do with flavour. That cunt didn't have a single Carlsberg all weekend. That was my problem with the Carlsbergs. That was nothing to do with taste. It was all to do with him being a fucking minge.
I love the Scouse because everyone else, a minge is like a colloquialism
Vagina,
for vagina.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
It's just, it's
in
it's
Scouse,
Scouse
it means
as
you're
well.
tight.
Yeah.
So it's like stinge.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I only know that
Minge
because,
bag.
yeah,
It's like rhyming slang, isn't it? Of the,
Yeah.
Probably.
I only know that because
We only
no
have
Scousers.
one word that rhymes.
No one Scousers. It's probably come from the word tight.
yeah, maybe. I remember a joke. That's the first time I knew that minge meant tight. There was a joke. What's black and yellow and hangs from a minge? A netto bag.
I've heard that one. Yeah, it's good. Yeah.
But I was like, I don't get it. And then like,
And load of Scousers pissing themselves laughing.
and then the fella started talking about not punching smackheads. It was the same day.
big
When I
day
was
for you,
6.
that.
He's a smart fella. Him.
I had a job in that pub. I used to go and watch my dad play footy,
Yeah.
and then I'd go and collect glasses in the pub, and I'd get a packet of they were called cheesy snips. They're mini cheddars now,
Yeah.
and an apple
Cheesy
ties
cheddars.
before they added the R
Nice.
with a and he put a glacé cherry in it, and I was like, oh, I don't like that, and he's like, just fucking grow up, you child.
Did you learn to like glaze Love a little cherry.
Are we back on Polanski?
Oh, if you believe it, like
That was
I
that was a
believe
good,
it, like COVID myself.
You what?
that was a good moment for me making out. You know, Alan's my favourite comic, and he hates
I
it
know,
when I
yeah.
tell him. But
I guessed about how excited you was to be on it with me.
yeah. No, seriously, I was like, how can I do it with Alan?
Do you want to do any of these
Alan.
dates? Any of these dates? Nah, but I'll do that one with Alan. I'm like, all right, you sound.
And I tell him all the time, and he's like, but then there was a time, and I was like, oh, I love you, and Carl Donnelly was like, oh, right, I thought it was just me.
Now the leaderboard is just massive, isn't it?
Yeah, it's like the star in a reasonably priced car now.
I'm trying to think when I first knew of Alan. I remember when I first started, everyone was going mad about your hobby, having a favourite hob.
Yeah, lots of people mention that, and it's really weird because it was a joke on the way to another joke.
I know, I watched that today on the way here and thought,
Yeah.
I remember that being like fire. Remember that being like fire, as in like, I thought that was going to be a big line. And you literally just dropped it and then moved on.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh.
I can't even remember what the thing that it was on the way to was, but I remember thinking everyone's.
It was about not remembering people's names.
Oh, was it?
Yeah. Because you were too busy thinking about
Done our
stuff like
research here, Alan.
what your favourite hob was.
Bottom left.
Used to be
back left.
Back left.
No,
Yeah.
bottom left is front left to me.
And then we got one with a wok burner in
Yeah,
the
and then
middle.
it's top right now.
And then I used to say,
I don't like my favourite's bottom left now. I don't like on my current cooker. My bottom left is the hottest, biggest one, bottom right, the smallest, lightest one. Then the two in the middle are just the two in the middle.
If your
Like the
cooker
same-
is, you're calling it, it's current
Oh,
cooker.
hob, whatever.
No, I mean, like, you know, if you, like, say your current wife,
Yeah.
like, she'd be like, well, who's the next one? That's if your cooker is, you're talking about,
Yeah.
he's like,
Yeah.
what, am I not your cooker for life?
No. Get a new kitchen soon.
See, I like what did you call them
Yeah, so
ovens that don't have a window?
we've had this before with you. It's an Arga.
yeah.
All right.
It's not right that you don't know what
Everyone
an Arga
thinks
is.
I have an Arga, and it's like, no, I don't know what one
No, I
is.
think your mum and dad have an Arga,
Right,
and then
okay,
you
yeah,
like
yeah.
to pretend you don't know what an
Do they?
Arga is.
No,
All right.
I'd know what an Arga was, and
But you'd fake it.
He describes it as,
that
I
with a
want one of them ovens
Belfast
that you
sink.
can't turn off.
Right.
That with a Belfast sink.
Oh,
Carry on.
yeah.
What were you saying
I've
about
got
What's
what?
a
Belfast
Belfast
sink.
sink?
They're deep
It's
ones.
a nice deep sink.
Yeah.
Oh, like a football boot sink.
Yeah. Ones,
Also
ones
very-
that would be in you would look at and go, boss, clean your boots in.
Yeah. They've got like a grate that goes over it so you can put your mop bucket on.
We had a neighbour that had a Belfast sink out in their back garden, and my wife said, "Oh, can you go and get that?" Because she wanted to use it for a flower bed or something.
Right. Okay.
Genuinely very difficult to carry.
Well, they
Oh,
have
they're really heavy.
Yeah, really heavy and no grip.
It
It
Like
sounds
those
like
are
slang
kettlebells.
for something like Glasgow Kiss. Like,
Yeah.
oh, you give him a Belfast sink.
It does.
Yeah,
you're right.
yeah.
Yeah.
So did you get it?
Yeah.
And did you use it for the flower bed?
Yeah, I think so.
Still got it?
I don't know.
All them Turkish get up.
Another yes or no
I
game.
don't really look around my own garden. I'm like, you're just sort of an idiot.
Do you have a Belfast sink in the kitchen though? You said,
Yeah.
that's good.
I was going to say, you can't have one in your garden and not in your kitchen. It'd be literally like, go and get that next door and we'll fucking plumb it in.
I got a Belfast sink in the garden next to like the old rotting washing machine and a mattress. Like,
Do you like the
keeping it
look?
really real.
Yeah, I like that sort of style.
Yeah.
That sort of mess. Yeah, that's my sort of style, innit?
Uh-huh.
I like a garden that's got a bit of character.
Trampoline with no mesh.
A little bit of mould and all that. Oh, lovely. Shed, missing tiles. Windows done in. Yeah, bit of
Only
cardboard
one
in
window done in at the top though.
it. Overgrown. Yeah. Like that.
Is that what your garden's going to be like?
I just think it looks a little bit rustic.
You want to live in a barn, but you want
Just
your
looks a
garden
little
to
bit
look
like character, like the castle sort of thing. When it looks a little bit, it's all a little
Character
bit off.
in it.
Yeah.
It's just character in it.
Love character.
It's like a new bit. No one really
Characterless
likes
new
builds.
New builds.
Like a red row. You know,
Right.
like a new
Yeah,
build
I know what
house.
new builds meant.
Yeah, but you said it with question marks after you were like, new build? Like Ron Burgundy on the teleprompter.
New build.
New build. Garlic
build.
new build. So, yeah, I don't like them. I've got a Victorian terrace.
You got a nice little log burner in yours.
Yeah, 1890, my house.
Yeah, mine
It's
too.
built. I've seen your house, I think.
It's all right.
Picked you up. You got a cellar.
Yeah.
Looked like a cellar house.
Cellar conversion, actually.
Oh,
yeah.
Yeah.
Oh,
What's in it?
Wow.
Got it tanked.
What's that?
Yeah, like when they basically go into the walls of the cellar and put this magic bubble wrap in so that no water can get in, so your cellar's dry as a bone. Fun story. When the guy was about to do the
Look excited,
tanking,
like I finally got a podcast story here.
I've got a podcast story. The guy was going to do the tanking, and then we thought it was leaking because we were going down and there was like a puddle, and he came, like he was a big dude as well, big Mancunian guy with a background in Muay Thai, so I was a bit scared of him. And then he came into the cellar and there was like this liquid on the floor, and he was going, "Is it leaking from up there? It can't be coming in there." And we're all looking, and he's crouching down and touching it and smelling it, going, "It's not oil, and I'm sure it's not water." And we're all gathered round, and the fucking dog walked in and looked at it, and we all realised he's just been putting his face in whippet piss for the last 10 minutes. Thankfully, he laughed his head off and didn't kill me. But
Right. How did you find out he had the background in
he
Muay Thai?
mentioned it.
Did you leave your kettlebells?
He might have been lying.
Yeah, no,
Yeah.
Do you do that when work? He's come round, leave your kettlebells.
I wish. No, I think he.
Oh, McGee. I'll just go and get
Yeah,
McGee.
Black
You
belt
actually,
just
that's
draped
how
over
it
the
is.
back.
Yeah, you had your jeans on, but your judo belt. It's like, oh, you have lost my level on it. You have to use this purple belt.
Yeah, pass me that black belt there.
Yeah, he was nice.
Is that how you knew? Because you had your gear lying around.
Yeah,
Of course you did.
of course I did.
Are you a martial artist?
A little bit, yeah. Not
How
very
long you
good
been
one.
doing
Not
that?
very good one, but I did a lot of karate when I was a schoolboy, and then I've done a bit of jiu-jitsu in adulthood.
Like point karate?
In late
Film.
adulthood. Shotokan karate. I don't know what point karate is. What's that?
It's when you go to a competition sort of thing.
Oh, right.
I need to go to the toilet.
Yeah.
No, when you don't get, it's when you don't get
Where's he going?
toilet. We do this. It's a very relaxed vibe.
Is that allowed?
Yeah.
Why do you need the toilet?
No?
Just to clear it.
Thanks. And will the podcast just run on? No editing?
Yeah. We just crack on.
Wow.
People love this. They love it raw.
Different rules,
Gorilla,
isn't it?
We're not a TV show.
All right.
We're a podcast.
I'm very aware.
That's why you're on it.
Yeah.
After your COVID outbursts.
I haven't said anything about COVID.
I know. It's funny to keep saying it. Point karate is how they used to score competitions.
Oh, yeah.
Like points in boxing.
Uh-huh.
It's called a point karate because a lot of karate used to be scored by just you watching you dance.
Yeah.
No, look at them dancing. Isn't that good?
Mm.
So that's what I was asking. Did you actually have karate fights or something? Basically?
I only did one competition and it ended badly.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Did you sweep the leg?
Sweep the leg. So this guy that was at the karate competition,
Didn't do a crane kick because it's illegal.
the karate club that I went to said, I'm going to go to a competition in York. I think I was about 16 or something.
Were you in Huddersfield at the time?
In Murfield, near Huddersfield. And he said, does anybody want to... Nobody in the club went except me. And the competition rules were that you needed a groin guard. So I think I borrowed a groin guard from someone that played rugby, like with a cup and that. But I didn't have any other... I don't think I had... Maybe I'd borrowed some pads or something. But I didn't have a gum shield. So we start, me and this guy, and we both go in for like the same opposite sort of a straight punch. And you shout ki in karate, like ki.
Yeah.
I go ki. A split second later, he hits me on the chin, and this tooth goes in my lip and comes out underneath.
Oh, wow.
But I don't know that, so I think I've scored a point, and I go back to the line thinking, "Oh, that's good." And then I see people like behind him going, and I think, oh, something's happened. And I do that absent-mindedly. This white pad just turned red. So I end up in York casualty getting stitches in my face because I'm in the karate suit. Kids coming up going, are you like Bruce Lee? And I'm like, not today.
Yeah. Lee Bruce.
Yeah. And then this is a bit grim. The doctor came in and he's looking at the cut on my face and he goes, I can't really... put anaesthetic on because it'll make the wound worse. So if you just lie back, I'm just going to give you a couple of stitches. Just grab the bed. So I just grabbed the bed and he has to go.
All your pillows fell down the back.
Yeah. He stitched my face up, and that's my that was my one karate competition.
Is that the most pain you've ever felt?
No. Paying full price for any supermarket stuff. It's pretty good. The most pain I ever feel.
Are you a bargain hunter?
Yeah.
Are you?
I still can't really if I'm driving home from a gig or something and I'm looking at like service station sandwiches and there's some with a sticker on them.
You got to get it.
Yeah, I can't buy the full price. I just can't.
Do you know how bad Phil Ellis is for things like this?
No.
Oh, he's up there with you here.
Right.
Yeah, the worst thing for me.
He'll love this. He's gonna absolutely love what Phil does.
So when Phil's going to the pub, so obviously he goes to the same pubs over and over again, really.
Right.
When he knows what pub he's going to, he'll go and buy the Is it confection? It's not confection. It's snacks.
Right.
Snacks that they serve in that pub.
Oh.
And take them in with him. So when he goes to the bar and comes back with snacks, he's bought them behind the bar.
Like playing a ringer kind of thing.
He's
got subs.
Like 60p,
he's got subs on the
saves
bench.
himself like 60p. I hate it.
Yeah.
What's your view on leaving a penny if you're paying for something?
Something's £9.99. You
Oh
get
yeah,
£10
that sort of stuff I'm fine with. Like, I'm
right,
not,
you.
But there's just a little bit of me that I struggle with buying things at full price if there is a discount.
Right.
Right.
Yeah, because
next
you're
to
not
it.
tight. I remember
I'm not tight.
we did a
no.
gig together and there was a few of us and we went for food. There was 2 shows and someone we were with was like, and we just done a full weekend. It's like over $1,000.
Yeah.
And he was like umming and ahhing over getting a bagel.
Right.
Name and shame.
No.
No.
No. Because he's a
Hold on.
nice guy as well. But He is sort. Well, all right.
Is the same one that we were on with the other week?
I've got a story. I'll tell you another time.
Oh, okay. And we were like, for fuck's sake, mate! It's like you've just earned $1,000 and you. But it was like do you want onions? And he was like, oh no, onions are 40p. And he wanted them, but he just didn't want to pay.
Oh wow!
And it was something like that. And it was like,
I know what it was. It was in the West End, and it was
a salt beef bagel.
It was it was going for an expensive sandwich in Soho, but still nice. Like it was that extra few quid that you pay between shows to have somewhere nice that you can hang out and eat something okay.
Oh, and he didn't get anything, did he? That's right. He just sat there. He wouldn't pay it. And we all ate our bagels, and he was just like, nah.
He was hungry though.
Went hungry.
Yeah.
He wanted food.
Yeah, I think.
I can't live.
I'm not that bad.
I don't understand people. I can't live like that.
If you, what are you earning money for?
Yeah.
What is he working for? If he won't buy something when he's starving.
Yeah, it was nuts. It was nuts.
Yeah, I'm not that bad. I am just a bit on the...
Well, there are comics that are like that. Like, I think I've never met so many tight people since I've started doing comedy.
Do you think it's a not one to be fucked over or just legit, just tight?
Tight cunts, mate.
Right.
You know where you really see it? Edinburgh.
Right.
When everyone, there's like 6 year and he'll leave after 5 drinks because it's his round. Like that happens loads in Edinburgh.
Oh, that's a bit naughty.
I suppose different rules apply though, because they're losing a fortune.
But everyone's losing a fortune now.
Yeah, but you're all the same boat of you all.
But when you say you struggle paying full price, what's the struggle?
I think it was a joke.
No, I don't think there is. There must be something to it.
I think there's a bit.
How long were you looking at Whoops section for?
Oh yeah.
Nah, yeah.
Well,
Are you waiting by the ticket guy?
I've never looked
You're
at
not
the
that
Whoops section.
one.
you haven't looked in the Whoop section.
No, I just if someone hasn't caught my eye passing by,
Right.
I've never stopped.
But
So I've walked past and gone. I've never stopped because I just think there's not enough of a saving there for me to waste my time.
Yeah.
I'm the same.
Well, I here's an insight. My 10-year-old daughter, as we go home, will run into the co-op and go, I'm going straight to the reduced fridge, Dad. As if you'll be pleased with me.
You'll be proud of me, Dad.
And she will look in the reduced fridge and shout down the aisle, there's a pizza, there's like some chicken, there's some sausage. I'm like, just tip it all in the trolley. We'll have it all.
I've like seen people like nearly fighting in Whoops, and
Yeah.
well, there's part of me, but you don't because it's like, oh, maybe they're struggling. or
Yeah, I
whatever.
understand that.
Yeah.
But like,
Sometimes, most of the time. they're
What
not.
about the people who hover around the person
waving
doing it?
Oh,
That used to piss people when I was in the car. People were like, would you just fuck off?
Yeah.
Like every night they are there hovering.
no one wants that.
Imagine
When are you going to do this?
love the
Sometimes
idea-
when it's been done and they'll know and they'll go, when are you going to put that down? And
I love the idea that you can write anything on them things, so you just write prick and then just put it on his button and then go, yeah, mate, take that.
the same
that's it."
price. The same
yeah.
When he goes, it's the same price. I know, it wasn't. Just wanted to put a new sticker on it.
Yeah, because it's always like there's never a big saving on only when it's like potential salmonella. If it's like chicken, they might knock a quid off, but normally it's like 13p.
yeah, you got to
I'll
eat
roll
it that
the
night.
dice.
But freezing,
I
you can
value
freeze stuff.
everything in time, me.
Time.
I value everything in time.
Right.
So it's like, how much time is that cost me, and how much would I be willing to pay for that time?
So how much you
Yeah.
spend like wading through the Whoops isn't enough to save 40p.
No.
Yeah, I'm the same.
Because if someone said to me, "Do you want to go and spend 5 minutes wading through a store, or give me 40p?" I'd give them 40p. Leave me alone.
Yeah.
But it's not what you want either, is it? It's never really what you. I picked up 2 like. I don't know what they were, like venison steak things.
Oh, nice.
But I've never.
Too dear.
And a red currant jus.
Oh, thanks very much.
Yeah, it's all right.
By the way,
that.
this is
That's all right,
Waitrose
that.
roots, by the way.
But no, there was these. There was.
Whoopsie.
There were 2, but it was like from £6 to like £3. It was really good, and I
Right.
thought I'll freeze them. And it's been 18 months and I haven't had them yet because I'd have to get them out, and I was gonna, and it just never got round to. I'm gonna have to have them, and now I don't think I can bother with them now.
Playing
No, I
devil's
think you can
advocate, I've just thought about this now. I was thinking about, is there any time when looking at the Whoops is acceptable? Maybe if you're like, I genuinely don't know what I want for my tea.
Well, that's me all the time.
And then you're like, oh, well, if that's a quid, I'll have that now. That's
and
what we're
also,
having for
as
tea.
we've discussed earlier, I can eat pretty much everything, and I've got a morbid fantasy about like there being free stuff that I don't like. So I'll try and conquer every, like, I'll acquire every taste. Eventually, I'll like even the worst of mushrooms.
Right.
I love mushrooms.
So you want to buy the knocked off stuff you don't like?
No, I will.
Conditioning.
I mean,
right, yeah.
Well, I mean, it's like I've got quite a wide array of foods, so it's worth a look in the Whoops fridge for me because I'm not very fussy. So if I like, I can manage with that. Let's just have it.
You can eat moule, moule marnier or whatever it's called.
That is a good point though, because mentioning 3 stuff, that is the perfect chance to when you try new things like buffets and things like that. So the wedding, the canapes coming around. Did you ask what things were? Or anything?
Yeah, and then and it was stuff I didn't like, so I left it.
Oh, see, in anything in any situation like that, I will just eat it and then find out whether
I won't do anything for the sake of it.
Right.
I thought I was going to be the difficult one on the podcast, but that sounded like a really difficult person.
This is why I haven't got many friends.
Right.
It's because
they're overrated though.
He won't talk to you for the sake of it.
No, but like that though, if people are like, oh, we're all going the cinema or we're all going the races and I don't want to go, I won't go.
But why would you?
And that's because I'm an only child.
Why would you not want to go? My wife has a similar thing to you.
That was
no, I don't mean like race specific. I mean,
there are things I don't want to do.
There's very rare a social occasion where I think I don't want to do that. But I have terrible FOMO.
Yeah, I don't. See,
my biggest fear is always what is happening there.
I'm the opposite. I'm not asked. Go and do you. And that is because I'm an only child. Because I'm used to be. I can be on my own. I'm the soundest person I know. I'll just spend time with me. That's fine. You go Laser Quest. I'll meet you later when it's something that we all want to do. And I'm not saying you should. This is the thing. This is why I fell out or just not got. I'm not as close to as many people because I also think that if you don't want to do what I'm doing, that's fine as well.
Right.
Yeah.
So I'll be like, oh, well, I'm going to go and do that. And they're like, oh, not fancy it. But they won't feel obligated like they might if I've done their thing. So I'll end up just doing what I want to do on my own because I didn't want to do it. Do you know what I mean?
They can go Laser Quest and you can continue with your plans to attend like a cockfight.
I'd quite like to be like that, I think.
I just couldn't ever, like say,
but there is a time though when you
FOMO missing out.
You just stop getting asked.
That's what I mean. I'd be concerned about the will be. There are going to be ramifications of you constantly saying no.
I
you know
also
what?
feel so obliged to do things with other people, sort of things, and like, it might not be my thing, but that's your thing. I'll go and experience that with you.
Don't get me wrong. There's caveats. There's the odd one.
Yeah.
Like for example, if I didn't, I did. But if I didn't want to go to Paul's wedding, I still would have gone.
Yeah, I understand.
But there are most things that I wouldn't. I'll just be like, there's weddings I haven't attended just because I'm like, it's not really. And I'm worse if I'm there and not wanting to be there. I'm not.
See, I feel terrible if I do something like that.
Yeah, but you're only feeling terrible in case you're like, oh, what if there's a dance off and I miss out on that because I could have won it.
A little bit of that and a little bit of.
I could have been the star of the wedding.
I do also feel like obligated.
Yeah,
like I was on Friday. Yeah, cheers. Told you.
No, but like when you feel like I should be going to that, but I don't want to.
Yeah,
that's where I struggle to go. I'm not going.
So my mate's wedding is the end of May. I couldn't make his stag and I can't make his wedding, and I feel genuinely terrible about it.
But you're not bothered that you can't go. You just feel bad that you can't go.
Realise
you want to go.
I want to go.
He's probably not that arsed.
I know, but I understand that as well. But it's just something in me that thinks I've let someone down.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And it's my problem. Like,
don't get me wrong. If it was evident that I was letting them down, I'd probably do it.
Yeah.
But if they're like, come if you want, and I don't want, I won't go.
Yeah. See, I haven't got. Would you just outright go, nah?
No, I'll be like,
I have to make up a big excuse and be like, oh, I can't.
But conversely,
and then I'll end up going because my rejection was too weak, and they went, come on. I went, oh, fine, go on. So what time? I'll see what I can do.
But conversely, if I get married and there's 6 people there, I will know why, and I'm fine with that.
As long as she's there, that's the main thing.
6 random people who don't know each other, but you went to their wedding, so they feel obliged. Oh.
What about you, Alan? Are you good at saying no now to things?
I'm all right at it.
You good at it, yeah?
Yeah.
When did you get really? Do you feel like when did you get into your stride with saying no?
it's part of being assertive, isn't it? Like, it's fine.
But you can try and I've tried to assert and it's not gone.
And he ended up on the Magic for 3 days.
And then I've ended up.
Oh, is that what happened?
Well, no.
Did you not want to do all that?
The stag.
I was just taking the piss.
The stag. Well, I wanted to go. Well, I didn't want to go. I sort of said, do you want to go? I was like, yeah, I'll go. And then obviously when it comes around to paying for the privilege to go to something, you're thinking, is this going to just be me getting... Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
It was when you said about the eyebrows coming off, that gave me the anxiety. I thought, this isn't worth it. If something bad happens on this stag do that I'm not completely happy with, it won't have been worth it. And there's a strong chance something bad's going to happen.
See, I've never done any drugs, ever.
Yeah.
And that's because of that. Like, there are people who've done drugs that didn't really want to do drugs, but they felt like peer pressure and that. So, like, if
Zamo
that was,
mainly, yeah.
Sorry?
Zamo.
Yeah. See, what's mad is that
It's a Grange Hill reference.
I'm well too young for that reference. But I still know that Zamo got on the smack in Grange Hill. It was the sausage era Grange Hill, wasn't it?
Yeah.
With Todd Carty.
That's when all my references are from.
Grange Hill years.
Was that Todd Carty in that one? Who, going back to AIDS, he had HIV longer than anyone else has ever had it in EastEnders when he played Mark Fowler.
Yeah?
He had it for 38 years or something.
Did he really?
He was an outlier.
You can... lots of people have now, though, haven't they? Cause it's,
but it's controllable now.
Yeah.
But he had no meds on the market.
It's on a par with like
diabetes.
Diabetes, yeah.
People always say that.
I think I was going to say epilepsy and get it wrong, but I think it is diabetes.
Yeah, that's the new like medical hack. Not in comedy, but like people will say that if you mention HIV in like a room of people, someone will pipe up and be like, it's just as controllable as diabetes now.
Yeah. I've just done it.
Yeah, I'm that guy as well. I'll throw that one in.
Thinker I am.
I've only just
I'll throw that just in case anyone's got HIV and they're a bit nervous about it. I'll say it's curable. I'd be fine with it, and they go, "Oh, I've actually got it." No,
I know what I'd rather have. I'd rather give up Mars bars for the rest of my life.
It's only joking.
Yeah, I'd rather get Mars bars and anal sex.
Smackhead.
I'd rather be Gary Mabbott than Freddie Mercury.
Good reference.
Good diabetes reference. What's mad is he's the most famous person I know with diabetes.
Have you always been good at saying no then?
I won't do it. And I won't be asked what people say about me in the group chats and that.
Yeah.
Right.
It's an assertiveness thing. I think it's a good thing.
And loads of people will think I'm a prick and an ignorant prick or someone who doesn't care about other people.
Yeah.
But I think I'm better not there than being there not wanting... Because I'm not good at going, oh, I'm here now. Let's just fucking get on with it.
Right.
I'll be like, I don't want to be here. And I'd have been better off at home. You'd have had a better time, and I'd have had a better time. Don't get me wrong, these are extremes.
Yeah, no, I'm getting it. I'm just...
Most of the time, I'll be like...
alien way of thinking to me, that's all.
Most of the time, I will be like, oh, it might be shit, but it might be good. And then I'll go and throw myself into it. But if I'm convinced it's going to be shit, and I go, I'll be like...
I often find the shit things, though, when you really go, this is going to be so shit, and you go, because your bar's been set so low for how shit this could be, you actually go, oh, it wasn't too bad.
It's only when as bad as I thought.
Yeah. Because a lot of the things I go, oh, you got to go to this event now, and it's all that you think, oh, and you get there and you've filled yourself with so much dread and awkwardness about what it might be, and then you get there and go, oh, everyone else just had the same feeling and they just wanted it to go the same way you wanted it to go, and it's oh, it's actually been fine.
I only really get that with gigs. You know, when you go and you're like, this gig's gonna be fucking shite, and it's all right.
I was trying to think, what do I get that with? But it's only gigs.
And I tell them on stage, sometimes I'm like, oh, well, this gig is better than we all thought it was going to be in the green room. Like, we were saying that this is going to be shit, but you're actually quite good.
Oh, no, I don't say
we did one recently in a similar, like, you were closing, I was opening. Do you remember? And we had the chat in the car park.
Yeah.
And
I don't think it was as much fun for me as you.
Yeah, I know. I think it was all right for me, but then it got that's when you know a gig shit, when the sweet spot is first.
Oh, yeah.
This guy's left us scorched. He's done every trick that works. There's just none left.
Come away with it, go and got away with that one.
So going back to that, I am. I don't know what I was going to say. Oh, this is what I was going to say.
No.
Do you know when this is how I really feel it, and maybe this is how I can put it so you will understand it. Have you ever been to the cinema with your mates and they all pick the film and you really don't want to watch the film, and then you watch it and you always think it's shit because you're like, oh,
you've already checked out of it going well.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
That's how I. That's how.
Do you
I
think
can
if you
put
approach the film with a bit more of a positive attitude, you might go, "We'll try and make this."
Well, what I will say is it's often a film that I've got no interest in the genre
Have you
anyway.
walked out of a film?
Yeah, Thin Red Line. It was too long and it was just.
Was this with your mates?
The only one.
That's the only film I've ever walked out of. In 1999.
I've never
Ben
walked
Chaplin
out
was
of
in
a
it.
cinema.
Charlie Chaplin's grandson.
At the cinema, you walked
Yeah,
out.
yeah.
See, I just enjoyed the sit. Even if the film was terrible, I'd enjoy the sit.
I was younger though. I was like,
Completely.
when you're 15, and I was.
You're trying to
like,
make a point to your mates.
No. Like
Right.
you've got other shit to do.
15?
Yeah, like I was with my like new bird that I'd only just first had sex with like 3 weeks ago.
Oh, she came out with you as
yeah,
well?
we
You
were
both
both
left together?
we were a couple watching a film, and I'd be
Right.
like, "Oh, this war film's a bit heavy. Should we just go and fucking? Do you want to go and touch me dick?"
Just do that in the cinema, innit? Or was it busy?
That's busy, and
Was it,
I'm
yeah.
scared of I'm scared of
The
cinema
CCTV,
infrared cameras.
The curly cur television getting
Yeah.
you in the back seat.
in the same way that I was scared of like that dye they put in swimming pools that turns your
Turns
piss red.
green.
The little nerd from the Odeon zooming in on you. Yeah, you know he's up
Just
to
stretching it
the
out.
night vision goggles. Yeah.
The nightclub in
Always in the Thin Red Line. Whatever it was. What was it
there was a
called?
nightclub in Batley called the Frontier, and when people were getting a bit
Frisky.
frisky, that you'd
In
be
the aisles.
you'd be there just like drinking with your mates, and then suddenly it would go pitch black, and a spotlight would hit the couple, and the DJ'd go, "She's trying to get his cock out."
That's amazing.
Yeah, really good, really funny. Like a really
Did
funny
people
thing
try
to
and
do.
get it? Like, I imagine there were some couples that went, let's try and get the DJ.
It's a challenge.
We'll get the spotlight tonight.
Yeah.
Like trying to escape prison.
Like
Yeah.
kiss cam. Kiss cam in a basketball. When a spotlight hits, you got your cock. It doesn't matter who's,
Mate, have you seen that?
who's by you.
Have you seen that documentary on Netflix about the guy with a little dick?
I've seen one on
no.
BBC Three. Lawrence Barrowclough. Shout out Lawrence Barrowclough.
Right.
Micro penis
Reference.
BBC Three.
Oh no, this
Years
is
ago I
fucking
watched
nuts,
that one.
right? So it's on. I don't know if it's still on Netflix, but the whole documentary is about him trying to get a bigger dick. But the start of it, the reason that he
His
realizes
journey for the bigger dick.
this is how it starts, right?
We've all
one of
been
them
on that
kiss
journey.
cams. he's on one of them kiss cams, right?
My journey
Yeah.
to the bigger
And he
dick.
What's a kiss cam?
So you know they've got the jumbotrons in American sport, like the big screens.
And camera pins to you,
Oh,
you
okay.
and
Pin
your
in,
partner.
and you and your missus, and
You
you
kiss.
you'll kiss
The
like
kiss.
that.
No, but yeah.
But he proposed,
Oh.
and she said no. And the reason she said no is because his
Didn't
dick
say
was
it on Kiss Cam.
Micro penis.
She said no
Yeah.
on the camera though.
Yeah.
Well, she said yeah and then said no
Yeah.
2 days later, and it turns out that he had a little dick, and the whole this
Hey,
was
your
him
dick is
getting
little.
over it. I don't know if it's still on Netflix, but it's fucking mad. And he tries all these like mad techniques,
These big
like,
machines that suck it out.
yeah, and this thing called jelking, where you just have to stretch it out.
Just
for
put a
months.
5 kilogram kettlebell on your
Stuff
belly.
like that. Yeah. That's why there's kettlebells knocking around.
Was he micro penis or just little dick?
Alun Cochrane.
Is it micro penis or little dick?
I don't know. I don't think it was. I don't think if it's a micro penis, there's nothing.
Lawrence Barrowclough did the documentary on BBC. How the fuck I've remembered that name from like 20 years
We
ago?
all
That's
know
what-
how.
It's mad that you remember Barnsley.
Yeah, so like, it's just that just stuck in me because I think it was the first thing I saw on BBC Three. Going like, how can they put this on? Like they're showing his dick like on TV.
Did they show it?
Yeah, and he doesn't do himself any favors because he's got loads of pubes. You know what I mean?
no.
So it's like, and it's just a little. And the doctor's there scrolling through.
Suppose though, Manscaped wasn't here 20 years ago.
pulling
Was
it out, and he's a chunky fella. And then he said one time when he was there with a girl and she was feeling that, and she went, oh, and then just fell asleep, rolled over and fell asleep. Very tragic for poor old Lawrence, but brave enough for him to go on BBC Three to do it. And he was doing all this mad stuff there and seeing what worked, and nothing really works. It's a shame, really. I think now they could probably skin graft something,
It's a muscle in it.
but what do you mean?
You put it. Well, now what they do is they put, like, put an inflatable in it, don't they?
How'd you know that?
You have a little pump.
Oh yeah, you push it in your gooch and then go. Yeah,
It's like people who have like.
it's a knockout. It's a knockout, Frank
That would be a
Bruno.
good one. Hold on, I'll just pump myself up.
No, I think there's something in the gooch, isn't it? That you
Yeah, it's like a little button. Yeah, it just inflates it.
can you get that for erectile dysfunction as well as it just was.
I don't know what it's for. I think it's
Oh
for,
cock.
I think it's for like when you get your balls taken off, like testosterone things or things. You can't get a card anymore.
Like a eunuch.
You can't get a hard on without balls.
Shout out the eunuchs.
Shout out eunuchs.
Ancient times.
What a unit. What's a unit?
Chop your bollocks off
They
so you
didn't
can
chop 'em
sing.
off, you know.
Didn't they?
It's fucking horrific how they used to do it.
What do you?
Do you know how they have you
I know some of it.
the
Go on.
castrato, the
Yeah,
singers?
Yeah.
So they used to get you in a hot bath.
Ooh.
So the head
Lovely.
of the choir would get you in a hot bath,
Yeah,
and they
so
would
far
just
so good.
put like a red hot, and they would
Did a
just
Radox.
they'd just grind them
Oh.
with their hands
Yeah,
Right,
into
so the
dust.
soft. What?
Yeah.
yeah.
Oh.
That's how they came up with the name Grinder.
What had happened is an ancient Roman spotlight had gone in. He's trying to grind his balls off, ladies and gentlemen.
Hang on. They, with just a hand?
Yeah.
You can just grind someone's balls.
Well, I imagine an 8-year-old ball's not someone.
What, so they get soft like a load
Yeah,
of like meatballs
and because it's
they
hot as
squash
well,
them?
because the bath is so
Are
hot.
you fucking joking?
Yeah.
That works?
No, I don't.
Oh, sorry.
No, I'm not joking. I wasn't joking. Like, that's how they used to do it. I might be wrong.
Is that your
I've
version of
definitely
events?
read that.
I've heard that.
Yeah, how do you take balls off?
Yeah, I don't. But I think there's also like they must have done other ways. Like,
So they
Yeah,
squash,
the-
they're basically like cooking like meat till
Like,
it's supple and then
They
just...
must tie them off like they do for animals as
I'll
well.
do that with dogs.
Like skin
yeah.
tags.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not. It's not like a passion project
How
of
the
mine to
fuck
read
does
up
that-
on this stuff.
You squash your balls out.
I don't know. I hate stuff like that.
BME
Just
Pain
grow up.
Olympics.
Any genitalia stuff, I'm like,
Just grow up.
Well, have you seen the Have you seen the
So you'll eat cheese, but you won't talk about balls.
Yeah.
I'll eat balls. I won't talk about them.
That's mad, isn't it?
The people hack the bollocks off though for the online. I've seen one video that's also stuck with me from the bit
Why?
from E-Bombs World.
Oh, yeah.
BME Pain Olympics. Some guy, bit of like rope or string round the cock and balls, meat cleaver, lifts his cock up.
This sounds like a video
Hacks
they'd
them
show
off.
on Rob and Freddy's.
Yeah, not on. Not.
I
sounds grim.
I saw him. I went, what's going on
There's
here?
a lot of
Bang.
weird
Oh.
shit online. You
No,
know.
Did you
somebody
go on
sent me
Rotten?
on MSN.
Did
innit?
you go on rotten.com?
I think I've been on that in my time.
Do you remember that? That was so mad.
Oh,
I only saw one thing on that, and it was someone who like fell off a motorbike, and I was just like,
yeah.
I don't think I'll ever like this.
Has that got
website's not for
beheadings
me.
on?
I went, yeah, it's got all sorts of foul shit on, and I just went back
Yeah.
on Roberto Baggio free kick.
Yeah,
I
it's a
remember
good game,
walking into my cousin's bedroom and he was on it. It was just a collage of dicks.
Oh, that's fine.
And I was like, yeah, but we were
Doing
like,
an art project.
we were like
No.
very young.
What I mean is like compared to what it could have been on that website.
Oh no, I was like, why are you
dick
looking
collage.
at a collage of erect penises?
Oh,
And,
erect. Oh, that's changed the game.
yeah, and he was just like, oh, and I just remember walking out again. So like, what? The
Well,
fuck
like
was
that
about?
Grandpa Simpson gif.
Yeah, that's what it was like. Yeah, because we were too old enough to know what sex was, but too young to like be asked about it. Same cousin grew up telling me weird stories. He used to put his phone between the telephone and close it. His penis, sorry, between the telephone and close it.
Right.
The landline.
Yeah.
Or did he have a flip phone?
No, the landline.
He had a
The
Motorola
landline.
Razor.
Yeah, he used to do that one. Dog licked his balls. Just he's definitely a wrong'un. I say it on stage
Right.
now. No, I say on stage I've got a cousin who's probably a wrong'un, but it's family, innit? So he's got to put up with it. And I start listing reasons why he's probably a wrong'un. When we were kids, he used to sniff shoes. Dog licked his balls. Put his cock between a phone. Smashed it down.
How old is he now?
Year older than me.
What's he do for a living? Can't say.
I can't say it.
Okay, yeah.
Already in trouble with the family
A
for
vet.
naming them on stage.
It's probably best.
Have you done
not to
anything
say.
with that bit I said
Which bit?
about Jack the Ripper?
What do you mean?
Well, I said you can have it if you want it.
Oh, no. Not yet. You know me, I'm strictly asked to happen to me for me to talk
Nah,
about it.
right. There's a Bruce Robinson book where he reckons that Jack the Ripper's this other guy, but he reckons he's Scouse.
Scouse, yeah.
And I was just saying they'd claim him. They'd be like, he's one of our own. He only killed Cockneys. He's one of our own.
Best serial killer in the world.
It's good stuff.
Yeah, but I can't. I'll get
could
battered
do
if I
that.
do it.
Yeah,
you
you
could
get
do
cast.
No, because then I'd be like pandering. I'd be like, oh, you know what you like, you lot, eh? That's not funny. That.
Whereas I'd do it in Watford and die on my ass. Then be like, fucking shit, these gigs. We're staying in Liverpool from now on. That's why you want to gig in the Northwest, fucking thick cunts.
The Northwest. L.
Oh.
You don't do much on the circuit now, do you?
Me, I'm always on the circuit, gigging away. Yeah.
Where you
The circuit's everything. I'm like a born again for the circuit.
Oh, are you?
Yeah.
You're back
love it.
Do you love
on the
it though, or
bullshit.
do you like, oh, I've got to do this?
No, I love it.
It's
like,
better, isn't it?
Well, it sounds weird, but after the lockdowns, and COVID was real, but after the lockdowns, like the idea of someone going, will you come and tell some jokes on Thursday and then I'll pay you on Tuesday or something. Like, it's mind-blowing after a year and a half of not really gigging.
Right.
Because I was not very in demand on Zoom.
Did you not?
No.
I think I did about 4.
Yeah.
One of them was really well paid. It was great.
Oh, that's good.
And like really bailed me out.
Like a corporate thing?
No, it was...
Oh, I know which one it was.
Yeah. And it was proper good and it really fucking helped. And shout out. It was the COVID Arms one.
Oh, that one I did.
But I was lucky that I did it with like Ross Noble. So loads of people watched and we got a split of it. But it, like, I was so grateful to the people who put that on. Like, it really bailed me out. And then I did a few more, and I was like, nah, these aren't good. These are only good if you're getting paid good money, because I'm not good at them. I don't excel. You can't really do subtlety over Zoom.
Right.
I like it. You can't
More
really
of a word guy.
You can't really do what I do.
Publisher. Go on.
Like,
Killed it.
Sorry, yeah. I did one.
Outlook next time.
I did.
Nice.
That's enough now. I did one and it wasn't. I mean, I
flat out refused.
Did you do a Zoom?
I did a little bit, and there was one where I was on last on a good bill, and I realised, I've got no pre-gig nerves or adrenaline. Whereas, like, on a good bill, if you're on last in the flesh, there's sort of that feeling of like, if I tank, I've then got to walk through them and go to the car.
Is that better or worse, though?
I think it's better in a way, because on the one where I was in my house and I was on last, I was like, if I tank, I'm just going to close my computer and go and have a yogurt. Like, it's fine.
Or have the yogurt halfway through the tank.
Whoa.
Like, it's
totally fine, isn't it?
Why would he steal my bit from 2008?
Oh, right, okay.
Do you not remember I used to eat a trifle on stage? Yeah.
Did you?
Yeah.
Did not.
It was great. It was a great bit.
Sounds good.
And then I had to stop it because I did Big Value in Edinburgh and I had to eat 30 trifles.
Right.
And like halfway through, I was like switching it up. I was doing like cheesecakes and tiramisus.
Right.
So, you're saying you got a revived love for it after the lockdown?
Yeah, I mean, I don't think I had fallen out of love, but if you take something away from someone for like a year and a half, and also, like, I've done touring at a not much more profitable level than the circuit, and the difference of turning up and doing 20 or 30 minutes of jokes out of all of your career, like just whatever.
So easy.
Like if someone happens to say something, you go, oh, great, I've got 5 minutes on that from 4 years ago. Like, it's fun. It's really good fun to do the circuit, and just, like, there's no weird internal pressure of, you need to do that bit for Edinburgh this year, or, like, just turn up and spank it.
I'm doing a little tiny tour. And I've done a few that aren't like places where I wouldn't expect to sell tickets anyway. And you work it out and you're getting paid gig money. And I think that is better if it's a nice gig.
Yeah.
Where you're like, I can do what I want. I can do an hour. I can fuck about. I can stretch my legs. But if it's your gig and they're not really into that, is the worst. You're like, why have you come to see me and stare at me? I don't get it.
That would be my thing of, like, if you're doing, not if you're like your level of doing a tour, is that how many, like 150, 200 seats you do?
No, like some, they're the good ones.
Mm-hmm. Right.
So, like, I've done them to like 60.
Right. And
in Blackburn.
Are they
it's fine.
That can be great fun though. 60 that's when it's fun.
Yeah, but that's what I mean. When it's not fun.
Yeah.
And you get that thing where it's like a long hour, and then you come off and they're like, oh, we love that. And you're like,
tell your face. Yeah, make some noise.
Oh,
because the reason I was asking about the reviving your love, I was going, as a made you come out and want to do anything sort of thing, because you're one of them, or you're one of them acts that was like, everyone loved you on the circuit. You've got like loads of little bits of telly sort of thing, but nothing really sort of took off sort of thing. Besides some, like, bits of Radio 4 and stuff like that. So have you ever like thought about now this podcast, Danny's got one, we've got one. There's like a podcast boom, and not just podcasting, but just this online boom of doing your own thing. Has it given you any sort of thirst for that?
Yeah, but I also am. I dither to the point of it being actual self-harm. It's like self-sabotage.
Plus, you're on the radio as well, aren't you? So
On the Frank Skinner show, aren't you?
Yeah. So there's bits, but yeah, I should definitely be more proactive. And thank you for this pep talk. I do need it.
No, that's why I'm asking, because like you're one of the comics everyone goes, he's the perfect person. Now it's in your own hands.
Yeah.
Like,
I will.
Cheers, mate.
No, that's part of the problem is that I'm like, I should do some stuff online, and then I'm like,
it's hard though, isn't it?
Oh God,
Simon,
stuff online. It's
horrible.
Well, also I'm a tech phobe. Like,
you need someone to bully you.
There's
into
a bit of
like,
it. It's like, all right, Grandad.
I have to bully him to share our podcast.
It's hard. I do think it's exhausting.
I literally bollocked them yesterday for not sharing our podcast.
I'm quite cringy about self-publicising too. Like I find it quite hard.
You figuratively bollocked him. I hope you didn't literally bollock him.
I had my
fucking share it.
I had my bollocks out while I was doing it. Like,
yeah. And he just ground them away, and I'm
what about you? Have you found, since you've done your pod, has that given you a new love for it?
Yeah, how are you feeling?
Like since we've been doing this, I've enjoyed it loads. Enjoyed the stand-up more as well.
Oh no, I very much see it as two different. I think what podcasting's good for is you get away with saying stuff that you can't, and I don't mean like edgy stuff. I mean like you could make a bit out on your podcast that would be a shit bit on stage.
Right? Yeah,
you can make a good 5 minutes about it. There's less pressure, and I think that might be is that you haven't got to,
because you're on stage on your own now as well.
Well, and also it goes out next week, and I won't know if anyone laughs or not.
Yeah,
so
that's why I wanted to do sitcom. Stick it out there, and then don't even have to know if they like it or not.
Well,
I thought it was good.
Though, really.
That's podcast. Did you tell you?
No, this is my sitcom now.
Say, that's fire.
You might think this is a podcast, but I've
is it like the Truman Show?
Yes, this is a sitcom, Alan.
Keeps telling me
this is a sitcom.
This is a sitcom.
This is avant-garde. This
it is, isn't it?
It is. So do you enjoy
less money for his own sitcom?
Do I enjoy what stand-up?
No, do you enjoy podcasting?
Yeah, still do it. Otherwise, like, it's not like well profitable. Have
you not heard him? He doesn't do anything he doesn't want to do.
Yeah, he wouldn't do it.
No, literally, I wouldn't.
He just texts him on the day, nah.
Well,
See, I'm the complete opposite. I do everything I do is something I don't want to do.
Yeah, but again, that's why.
That doesn't mean you just want to sit on the couch and be left alone.
And then even then, I said I'd hate that. If you said right then, sit on the couch for the rest of your day and drink wine, I'd go, I hate this. I want to go and do some shit.
But loads of people have said to me like, "Oh, you would have been like more well known if like 10 years ago you'd have marketed yourself better and stuff like that." I knew I should have been doing shit like that.
I think everyone knows that though.
But you're like that as well, though.
Yeah,
but people aren't.
Mm.
And I would just, there's part of me that like, well, maybe I would be bigger now.
But then
there's part of me that's like, yeah, but like, I was about to do all that pretending I never had a bad gig on Twitter. Oh, smashed it. You didn't. Like, all that. Is that what you do that?
Not on Twitter, just in life.
I can't do it.
Yeah, it's hard, man.
Like, if someone goes, how did it go? And I was shit, I'll say I was shit. And I know that that's wrong, apparently, but
yeah, no, that's something that I learned pretty quick, is that you just can't do. And it is annoying. It is annoying because it happens more often than not. Right? You do fine, but you're not like carried out like a fucking like if your standards should be high.
Listen, if you're only gigging the L postcode and you scout, it does.
Yeah, but then even though if I go and have a gig, that's something I go, yeah, that was fine.
Yeah,
and I've gone. If you the standard needs to be like, oh my God, even when there's 7 people in Sheffield or what, like I did that last laugh.
How many was in?
9.
It's a good gig for them.
Smashed it like.
They're struggling to book people.
Encore, mate. Fucking encore.
It's a shame that's a lovely room, that.
Yeah, they've got a new stage on as well.
Oh.
They got the nice back. It looks nice. But
my tour show's there on Thursday.
Yeah, Kieran Lawless plugged it to the 9 people.
To the 9 people. So. Well, when this goes out in 2 months.
If just 10% of them convert into ticket sales,
maybe
And you
someone.
turn up.
There'll be a child there.
Nearly a whole person in.
Just an amputee.
A small person, yeah.
Oh.
Oh, well. When are you going to get a show together? I need to get a show together.
I don't know.
I need to do an hour.
Why don't you do a little... I'm putting a little podcast festival on.
Can't be.
Fancy it? Yeah. It'll probably...
that?
When this goes out in 6 months, it'll probably be out. It'll be done, but...
This will be out in about 5 to 6 weeks.
Oh, all right. In that little room
quick as
that we
that.
did ours in, we're going to do like a day of podcasts
Oh,
in
wow.
the Garden Social in Chester. So if you fancy it... And I
Okay.
think because if
I
we
don't
put all
fancy
ours on,
much.
we've got a lot of people who like all the shit.
Yeah.
So they'll come and just sit all
Just an
day.
absolute mashup of pods.
It'd be cool.
Them doing the jokes.
Pod-a-gaddon.
Us come on with our toxic masculinity.
We need that,
Then
though.
Rob and Freddie just like drive it into the ground.
I haven't asked them. Well, I don't know. They show videos of people getting their dicks chopped off. They'd have to go on Simon's old search history or whatever it was.
I haven't watched... I don't know where I saw that one. Someone getting them...
You said it was E-bombs.
Someone,
as well?
yeah, someone sent me a link on MSN. Watch this, lad.
You still on
watch,
MSN?
You still watch horrible things now, though, every now and again.
No, I don't.
Right.
I don't watch anything horrible now.
I have my... Do you have your what?
The last horrible thing that I actively searched
No, I'm not actively saying, I'm not watching.
was a good 5 or 6 years ago when I think I was looking for the jihadi John beheading.
Right.
Just out of
And what did
out
you
of-
find?
I found a Mexican cartel decapitating a woman because she supposedly cheated or something potentially, or spoke to another man, and I clicked on it, and because I'd never seen a beheading video, and I thought I want to see what these are like, and I clicked on it, and it was playing.
People
And-
say that about going to New York. I just wanted to go just to say I've been.
And and there's 2 balaclava men and a woman on her knees in just a pair of jeans and a pink top in some not like a field but in like a shanty village. And then I was like, I don't think I want to do this, but I did it.
But I mean, you know.
It was so basically from Live Leak and then watching. It basically stems from hood fights. It all's from hood fights. And then he gets this knife.
Hood fights.
Hood fights.
It's where you get to watch smackheads get punched in the face.
Oh,
That's just street fights.
Yeah,
isn't it?
that's bum fights.
Yeah, it's bum
Ah,
fights. No, hood fights is just when it's just like
just
just
a callback.
straight. Anyway,
Sorry.
and then he starts, and then I quickly click X because I think, oh god,
To enlarge it.
yeah,
Let's get rid of the adverts coming over.
I quickly get shut of it because I'm scared now about the FBI. And then I go, well, I've done it now. So I go back on.
so it's in your cache or
I find it.
The cookies are there
I
now.
find it, and I watched the whole, and I went, "Oh my god, that is awful." And that was the last thing I thought, because I just wanted to see it of how
Right.
brutal it could be.
Could you not picture it?
No, you can't, because
Have you not seen films?
yeah.
it was just not like that, is it? The reality of seeing somebody getting there is completely different to a film of a guillotine. It's like
No, but there's different.
It's tough.
You've not seen Highlander?
No,
It's a lot of
you're
decapitations.
diving,
in
mate.
that.
It's Gladiator on repeat in the shed.
Nah, there's
There's decapitations in Gladiator, which
Yeah,
are fake.
that one.
Yeah, that's like not a real
How do
beheading.
you know?
Because a real beheading takes a bit at the back. It's not pleasant. I don't know why I watched it.
No.
I don't know why.
But I want to come. I think it's also I want
I
to watch
can't
hood fights.
even watch like You've Been Framed for people falling off skateboards.
I can't- yeah,
so
a
I'm
face.
definitely
What's
not
mad
in the
though
right.
is I think I would rather watch beheading videos than something
And
like
teeth on the curb.
No, than like celebrity stars in their eyes. You know, like when it's cringe. I'd rather
Right,
watch like
yeah.
things that are fucking horrible.
It's going to be cringe. It
Than
may
like
as well
someone
be
from
full on.
Emmerdale doing Angels by Robbie Williams like that. Show me more beheadings.
Do you reckon?
Yeah, honestly.
You reckon?
Like, put it this way, watching a beheading video by accident wouldn't put me behind the couch. But watching fucking Ina Sharples do, like, Who's That Girl by Eve, I hate
Really?
it.
Yeah, you couldn't watch it?
yeah. Oh, nah.
Yeah, I don't. Yeah, would you watch an hour of beheadings?
Put it this way,
Hour
I'd
of
rather
beheadings.
watch an hour of beheadings than watch some cunt come down the lift and take me out and be like that.
Oh, yeah. Oh.
But you had to. You had to watch Take Me Out properly though, not like half watch. You had to actually sit there and watch it.
And like,
Right. Okay.
Some cunts in double denim or ecru pants coming down and take me out lift.
put it this way, I'm less disgusted by disgusting things than I am cringe.
Right.
I can't take face plants. I just can't.
Oh.
I can't take them or leg breaks. I can't watch that.
Oh, yeah.
Beheading over a leg break or a knee being sent back during a squat or something.
Right.
Can't do that.
So you're not a Jim Fails kind of guy?
No. Are you?
I find some of them funny, but...
What, like a leg snap on the leg press or something?
Oh, no, I'm not looking at like actual grim Jim Fails, but just someone silly having a resistance band fall off a wall and ping them, like that sort of stuff.
My favourite silly pain is when there was a thing that went round about like people not being able to shoot guns properly.
Right.
And like hitting
Alec
themselves
Baldwin.
in the head with... That's really... That was really funny. Like shooting a magnum and it like the kickback hitting them in the head and stuff like that. Right. Or like firing a gun and just fucking flying off like a cartoon.
Oh well. I have to watch a beheading video and do a live reaction.
No.
There's probably people on the talk doing that. Yeah.
The talk of the town.
Hit that bell. Press that like.
You on the talk?
Nah. I'm on the I think I'm on the top, but my talk's inactive.
You got to get on the talk, fam. You on the talk?
No, I'm not on the talk.
You're not going to go for
Alun
it?
Cochrane.
No.
Yeah.
Me too.
That would be a great channel name.
Yeah.
But no, it's not going to happen.
I'd love to see you doing some of some
China
talk trends.
with the talk.
Oh, there you go. China's not real.
I barely trust Instagram, so I'm definitely not trusting China with the talk.
Really, yeah.
Really,
I think that didn't. I do say that about it, but the YouTube numbers have jumped, haven't they?
Yeah, you didn't believe it, did you?
Here for a good time, not
Dance with the devil.
Yeah.
He was like, it's not real. It's all bullshit. I was like,
it is bullshit. The numbers are bullshit.
Yeah, the numbers are bullshit.
Yeah, well,
it's just to get you on it, innit?
Right.
But they have. But then I think that's they've
transferred
got
over
fake.
about 10%.
Right.
Yeah, but how do you know the YouTube ones are real? They could be China again.
Just subscribing to our
Loads of Chinese slaves just there,
sharing our videos.
I've got
and
to
subscribing to our YouTube.
Yeah.
And then downloading our podcast. And then
they'll do a lot. They'll do a lot
themselves to our Patreon.
I wouldn't put it past them.
Streaming farms, innit?
Well, for all them Chinese kids that are doing that now, thank you very much. We appreciate each and every last one of you.
Yeah.
Each and every yen that you sent.
For anyone who's not yet signed up, it's another one. It's patreon.com/
Yeah, the Patreon numbers don't correspond with it, though, do they?
Yeah, they've gone up. They just went up at the first of the month.
Streaming farms.
Wazzy just sees the Lizzies, innit? He's not bothered about the numbers unless the blueies and the pinkies are coming in.
That's the retirement, innit, mate? That's
all we want to do, retire, and then we just drive off into the sunset.
one day, mate. That's one day.
Right, sound. Right, what have we got to plug? Danny?
I've got a podcast. It's called the Damn Daniel Podcast.
You might recognise the couch.
Check it out. Yeah, I'm on tour in 2023 when this comes out. Thank you.
So if anyone from
What are
China
your
fancies
socials?
jumping over to the Glee Birmingham,
Danny MC Comedy and Damn Daniel Pod at Damn Daniel Pod.
Cockers, what are you?
I'm on tour later in the year when this comes out.
Oh, nice.
Stuff and Nonsense.
Yeah. How do you know?
Seen a poster in the Frog last week.
You're all over my stuff.
Stuff and
My
nonsense.
favourite comic.
I'm his favourite comic.
Is the nonsense COVID?
What's that from?
What?
Stuff and Nonsense.
It's a phrase, isn't it?
Yeah, but I heard it. I've heard it recently on an audit. Stuff and nonsense like that.
I don't know.
Never
But
heard of me.
basically, that's how I'm going to do the show. I'm going to do a mucking about half, crowd work, as they say.
You love breaking your show up. That's a concept you love.
No, I would quite like to. I'd quite like to do it all in one hit, but a lot of venues want an interval.
No, I mean you had that jokes, life and jokes.
Oh God, don't.
That was
Get
funny.
PTSD flashbacks
What?
to that show.
What?
I did a show that didn't really work and did. I think I did 22,000 miles in a car in 11 months doing a show that wasn't going great. Black car, black leather interior. It was like driving around a hearse around the country. It was all right. It was fine.
I liked it.
It was all right. Like,
Why did you get PTSD from it?
just remembering like
Told you didn't really
bits
work.
that aren't great.
What it was.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Come on.
I don't like looking
Tap
back
it
on
now.
this. I actually sometimes You know, like when you're in a charity shop or something and you see a mate who does stand-up and it's their DVD.
Oh, they're working there.
God.
No.
And then you realise your lockdown wasn't as bad as someone's lockdown.
Yeah. But when you see a DVD of a famous comic and it's in a charity shop, like sometimes, though they're much more celebrated than me because they've got a DVD out, sometimes I think, oh God, I'm really glad my stuff from 2014 isn't on a disc somewhere or 2018 or whatever.
It's on YouTube instead.
Not much, not tons of it. Honestly, not loads of it is, but like little bits. Yeah. So yeah, I'm doing that. I'm going to do one half of crowd work and one half of material. So a half of stuff and a half of
nonsense.
Oh, that's sound. You have to write half a show then.
Yeah.
Lazy.
Yeah.
Where can people find you? On socials that you don't trust?
I'm only on
South
Insta.
Manchester.
I'm only on Insta, and even that I could delete at any given moment. Who knows?
He's on the edge, guys.
Where can people
get him while you can?
They can get tickets. Yeah, have a look on the website. I've got a website, Alun Cochrane.
Tell people need to know where it is.
AlunCochrane.co.uk, I think. Yeah, there's all of that. I mean, how long is this going to take before it goes out?
For
like
5,
6
weeks.
months?
5 or 6
No, I was
months.
joking.
He's just taking the piss. 5 or 6 weeks, yeah.
All right. Yeah, I think I'll still be in the business by then. Yeah.
You never know.
Yeah. Fingers crossed.
Things can always take a turn, can't they?
Yeah. We'll be all right. I mean, he's saged out, aren't he? Right. Follow us at patreon.com to the One Podcast. Thank you very much.
Please sign up.
Ta-ra.
Bye.
Come on, then.